You work so hard. You show up every day. You do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others crawl, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday.
Haikuzo makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.
Ama shamba yetu harambe.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake, na Afrika itakwisha.
Padani agosho ngai no mwega naende shode.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani, ngwe.
All right. We can close the door. Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Udwujigero, and this is Political Headache, coming to you at 7:30 in the evening, Nairobi time, from the city of glasses, the city of love. I am in the studio with Odhiambo Tieno, the cowboy of the evening.
Yes.
We have Mr. Jed, or you can call him Jadiel. Odhiambo calls him. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Mr. Jadiel, today we are going to be talking about Nyanza, and we are going to be talking about the war. Okay, the bloody war in Nyanza. Looks like Raila was the one, the father. Raila goes away and the house is in chaos. You remember House of? You remember the program on TV called what?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
If you think about Game of Thrones, you're thinking about Luanza right now, because it's Game of Thrones. There is blood spatter, there are people droning, there are people shouting, and it is a mess, people of the internet. That's what we're going to be talking about. But as usual, we also have other things that are happening around the country. We have a death of Mr. Who, Odhiambo?
Dr.
Obwaka, yes.
Yeah.
We have the Job Obwaka dying. We'll be talking about that. We also have something that is going on. Kalonzo Musyoka is telling the Nyanza that I backed Raila for 15 years. It is your turn to give me your votes. I think that he has got a point. Odhiambo will disagree because in 2017, was it 2007? He betrayed his grandfather, Mr. Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know what you're going to say to that. So people of the internet, let's start. Odhiambo wants us to start with, but first of all, I want to start with Jadiel. Jadiel, what is the political temperature of the country today as we speak?
Today as we speak, total confusion, sadness on Ruto's side. He's begging his people to register. That side is feeling like, you guys, if I don't have you, then who do I have? Gachagua said he was crying, but we didn't see the tears. The temperature on Nyanza is who's taking over from Baba. Gashagua's side, it's all about we have to mobilize. We're still pushing for this impeachment. So it is confusion on both sides. Everybody is just waiting. What next? And therefore, this conversation for today, I hope we're going to address what next for the audience or for the people that are going to vote.
Are you very conversant with Luo politics, Mr. Jed?
Yeah, to some extent. I've analyzed politics for 5-6 years.
Okay.
As an interviewer.
Okay.
So I have seen a lot happening in the Luo region that nobody has seen what we are seeing now when it comes to Raila Odinga's passing. The, as you called it, Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, whatever.
Yeah.
We are going to see a lot of fist fighting. We're going to see a lot of blood. We're going to see blood, literally, I mean, because you saw what happened to Osotsi when he was in Kisumu.
Okay.
And therefore, we're going to see some crazy things happening in Luo Nyanza. When you look at what happened today with James Orengo, it's all about, now that dad is not here, can the children maintain the home for their mother? The mother is the people of Luo Nyanza.
The mother, I like that. The mother is the people of Luo Nyanza. I need you to tell that looking at Odhiambo. Because Odhiambo has really joked with Luo Nyanza. Really joked with Luo Nyanza. He diminishes the central position that the Luo people occupy. And I've always told Odhiambo, the problem with you is that you've always excused politicians. You've worked for them, they have given you money, you've excused them for a long time. And now the House of Stark. And I said that if Raila dies, there will be winter. And now that winter is there. And Odhiambo,
yes.
Let's go back to you. Because you are the one who is always very fast to say nothing is wrong, nothing is going on, everything is realigning. What do you say, sir?
It's okay. Things are happening, but now we have to put our house in order. And Luo leaders are misbehaving. They're misbehaving, a lot of them and all of them. And today we want to take them through class.
Tell me as an overview, what is the misbehavior that you're seeing?
Well, there is lack of respect for each other. Because they believe that everybody in ODM and everybody in Luo Nyanza is strong and deserves to be a leader. And they're missing the point, because the leadership is not about who is stronger than the other. Leadership is just about accepting that there's a hierarchy that then will give us structure. Now, what we lack today is Luo leaders looking at each other and bringing ageism and saying, huyu mtoto atasema nini? And others looking at the old one and saying, huyu mzee anatuambia nini? And others looking at the others and saying, you didn't go to school properly. And the others looking at other ones and saying, you're not a rich man. You can't direct the community. Others saying, we are senior than you. And others who are trying to be sober are also trying to say, let's sit down and reason. And they're opposing. Everybody's opposing. Yeah? And that opposition is not bringing friction, because they're not respectful of each other. Okay? They're not respecting each other, they're not respectful of each other. And now it is hurting.
It appears to me, Odhiambo, that before the passing of the Nyanza Mugumu tree, there seems to have been no... Because even in a house, you have the firstborn who can command respect. Even when the father is around, he can gather them, underneath the tree and talk to them. But the extent to which it is chaotic is worrying.
Yeah.
Because we don't have anybody that can call these people.
I think you did.
Okay.
Right after Baba's passing, before the endorsement of Oburu Odinga.
Okay.
If they gave the people of ODM some time to mourn, I think it would have been Orengo who would have called the people to order. But they had to make sure that Oburu Odinga has been given this power as quickly as possible before Orengo could sit down and think about ODM and think about leadership. They made Oburu king. And this is what is happening now, that if the people have endorsed Orengo as the ODM party leader, if you look at the Linda Mwananchi, whatever, they're calling him Igwe and whatever, I think this would have been the time to have this conversation, or probably not May, but say February. But they had to give Oburu Odinga this power so that Orengo does not come and lead the people of the Nyanza region. For what reason? Maybe because Orengo is pro, checks and balances, pro constitution. And then the argument is Oburu's side is after pragmatism approach of, we have to get to power. We cannot continue fighting the way Baba has been fighting, And therefore, I think to argue with your thought is, if they gave the people of Luo Nyanza some time, they would have easily given James Orengo the mandate to lead them.
All right, we are going to go back to, we are going to get into the discussion about what is going on in Luo Nyanza. But first of all, let's talk about the political temperatures. Dr. Lukuru Obwaka, the veteran obstetrician and gynecologist and chairman of the board of directors at Nairobi Hospital, who was recently arrested over President William Ruto's reforms plan Rao at the facility died on Friday evening at the age of 83. Now, I want to read for you what Mr. Gachagua said about this issue, because, and I want to ask you guys what you think about what Mr. Gachagua is saying. In fact, let me go to Cleophas Malala, because I think he's the one that has got the Cleophas. How do you write Cleophas?
Cleophas.
Cleophas, yes, Cleophas. There we go. Public
Cleophas
figure.
Malala.
Cleophas Malala, if you look at the things that he wrote today, is pretty alarming. And I'm going to read you what he wrote. I don't know why I had opened it here, but somebody had...
It's a sad thing that happened to Dr. Obwaka.
Dr. Obwaka's death is yet another of the several ones lost in this regime under questionable circumstances. A man who was held in police custody for 3 days before being arraigned in court. His health deteriorated to a point of collapsing at the Milimani Law Court, where he had been arraigned on allegations of falsifying documents. He was rushed to ICU, never to ever fully recover. Today, he lies cold, dead, never to walk our roads again. At 83, an 83-year-old man with known health risks held in police cells for 3 nights before arraignment in court. What were they doing to him? Another Kenyan is dead after contact with Kenyan judicial system under President Ruto. How much is enough? Who made the call that detention was appropriate in these circumstances? Who decided that this man could withstand confinement in a cell? Who? What cardinal crime did he commit? Odhiambo.
Yeah.
And then there's another interesting thing there going on that I need to read for you, because there is also another thing that people are saying, that the gentleman was actually caught with a woman. Woman held as a person of interest as police probe Dr. Obwaka's sudden death. The death of veteran Nairobi gynecologist has opened a new line of inquiry for investigators, who are now holding a woman described as his business partner as they piece together his final hours. Police say the 45-year-old woman was the last known person to see Dr. Obwaka alive before he was pronounced dead on arrival at a Nairobi hospital on the evening of May the 1st. Dr. Obwaka, 83-year-old clinician whose career spanned decades of... Anyway, that doesn't matter. But, so we have, on one hand, Cleophas Malala is saying that he has... that something has happened to him, and the state has got something to answer. And then we have got the crime of passion, an 83-year-old man who can no longer, what's going on there? You,
me, okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so of course we've seen this script before, where when a man dies, they must introduce a woman, especially when the man was monogamous. And there's a reason as to why when men were going past the age of 60, they were having second wives. They were called hospice wives. Hospice wives? Yes. There's a reason as to why those hospice wives are very important. Because if you look at the growth of a lady...
Is this polygamy that you're describing?
I'm not describing polygamy. I'm talking about another way of looking at it.
Okay.
Other people would want to term it into the social confines of polygamy versus monogamy. But I'm looking at it in the sense of what requires to be done. And this is the thing, Jagiro. If you look at your home area, for example, how many men who are 70 years plus who are monogamous and surviving?
No. What happens to them is that their daughter that was in the US has gotten them a visa, and the woman is now taking care of the mother in the US, or they are separated. The man is washing sufurias, and cooking his own tea, and then the women are saying he must have done something wrong.
Number one,
there is no man that is just abandoned.
Yeah, number one killer of many people, especially of men, is loneliness. Once women, not all, of course, quite a number though, once the women hit the age of menopause, especially around 52 onwards, that is for the actual menopause. There are those who have early menopause and those who have late menopause. They normally then move to cementing their legacy. And the legacy looks like this. A daughter has been married in Kaksingri, another one has been married in Nyeri kwa kina huyu, kijana yake anaishi Mombasa. At that time she's also retired. So what does she do? She moves visiting these children, taking care of the grandchildren, At that time that she's moving, Mzee cannot move. So Mzee remains in his home. Now when you remain in your home, the cold is going to kill you, of course. You cannot cook, you have no purpose. So when a man has no purpose, they automatically always die off. Because nature recognizes activity, motion. When there's no motion, you die. That's why even those who are studying cancer will tell you that cancer comes because of no motion. Now, what am I saying in short? Dr. Obwaka this type of framing that a lady was a business partner, but again he ate meat and rice in this lady's house, it is actually despicable to hear. It's a painful thing to hear. And of course it could be, because we can't deny the fact that it could be that Dr. Bwaka was having an affair with this lady, but an affair from 2015 is now not an affair.
Okay.
That's a substantive relationship. It's now not called an affair. In fact, it should just be called a marriage. Okay? Because that is what it is. So that's a hospice wife. Because the lady's husband had died. And now, Dr. Bwaka was taking care of her, according to the reports we are seeing.
Dr. Bwaka was taking care of her, or she was taking care of Dr. Bwaka?
They were taking care of each other. You understand my point, yeah? So whichever case that it was, for me, I don't see the harm of an old man, the age of Dr. Bwaka, having a hospice wife, even if he had a substantive wife.
I think we're talking about useless things.
Okay.
No, it's not useless. There's something I'm talking about.
This man was arrested.
Okay.
We know what is happening in Nairobi Hospital.
Okay.
No. Before
Can you let him finish? Can you let him finish, Jadiel?
Yeah, before that.
Let him.
Yeah, hold on to your horses, Jadiel. So the first thing is that bit. I'm trying to qualify the fact that Dr. Bwaka having a woman is not a problem.
Oh.
Okay? Because a man at his age cannot do some things. And you see the woman he was having was 45 years, if at all it is true.
Yeah.
Now, let's come to the other issue. Because this thing, there's a dichotomy. There's the issue of the woman, because they want to frame it as the woman is the one who did what, yeah? And then there's the issue of the hospital. Now, these two are totally unrelated, okay? But also, we have that reality, what I always say, the duality of reality, that two unrelated things can exist. Like the woman and Dr. Bwaka being together is different, but they're existing within the same timeline with Dr. Bwaka and Nairobi Hospital issue. Of course, politicians like Cleophas Malala would like to take advantage of it. It is sad that Dr. Bwaka was arrested and taken to the cells. It is sad. It is not something that nobody can celebrate. But is it a reality that Dr. Bwaka's death is emanating from that?
So what is your deduction?
My deduction is this. These are two separate issues. It's like the case of homicide in America.
Okay.
Whenever there is, how do you call it, summer, there are so many homicides. Also, so much ice cream is sold. You cannot draw the baseline, or you cannot draw the similarity, the connecting line between these three things. But you can find the similarity, which sits like this. When the temperatures are high, people get angry, easily irritated. And when they go and buy ice cream more. When you consume sugar more, what do? You become hyperactive.
Yeah.
Now, hyperactivity and anger lead to a lot of homicides.
Yes.
And that is just a fact, as it is. Now, we can analyze it like that Dr. Bwaka, yes, he was involved in a Nairobi Hospital issue, which could have stressed him. Okay? When he went to visit this lady some weeks later, like now, it's evident that his body was stressed. Okay? I have a former lecturer who passed on the same way. May his soul rest in peace. Here in Nairobi. When he came to visit his wife in Nairobi, he ate. After eating, he was given water to drink. After being given water to drink, the wife said she went to the sitting room, and she went to the bedroom and left Professor sitting in the sitting room. What happened? When she came back, she thought the guy had slept. Kumbe the guy had died. And when she alijaribu kumwamsha, jamaa alikuwa shaenda. So stress and this guy sitting with the lady, they are unrelated, but there's a line. That this stress could have led to him having a cardiac arrest because his heart had been weakened or something. Okay,
so you believe that the persecution, quote unquote, from the government could have caused his death?
No, not directly. But I believe that there's a relation. There's a contribution.
Jadiel.
Yeah, those were my thoughts. He has brought it home very well. Because you understand he's an 83-year-old man. I've seen reports that he had undergone heart surgery before. And therefore, when this kind of stress or even trauma comes to such a man in such an age, you can understand how easy it is for him to give in to the stress and, die, suffer from cardiac arrest or something. We are yet to see the autopsy. Yeah. But this is not the first time we've had this case of Nairobi Hospital, someone dying. There was a finance officer who died, stabbed, I think, 25 times by a woman. Who
some lady who said that was a mad woman, I remember.
Later, I think, admitted to the murder. But the bigger question is, what is happening in Nairobi Hospital? And how many people will suffer this? Because I know my former boss was arrested because of this case of Nairobi Hospital, and is also a little bit aged, and most directors there are of that age. I think it's high time the government comes clear. It's not just coming and saying there's corruption in Nairobi Hospital.
Yeah.
It's coming clear and saying this is what is happening in Nairobi Hospital. This is why we are arresting these people. Even my friend Philip Kisia is a director there. And it's so saddening, especially if you relate with such families and you listen to the plea of their children and their wives. The wife is, I believe, almost the same age of Dr. Obuaka.
Yeah.
The conversation is, how long will Kenyans continue being persecuted with no reasonable charge against them? Even when you look at the cases against Dr. Obuaka.
What was the case against Dr. Obuaka?
Let me look at that case.
Odhiambo, do you know the case against Dr. Obuaka?
Yes.
What was the case?
Dr. Obuaka is amongst the directors who are told,
Okay.
who are ordered by the chief of staff, according to their account.
The chief of staff
of the president, Felix Koskei, who ordered them and told them that there is need to change the leadership at Nairobi Hospital. There was need to insert a few other board
He's
members.
talking as who?
He's talking.
Who is the chief of staff?
The chief of
Kenya?
staff is talking on behalf of the president. The president
but-
here being the patron.
Yeah,
the
but-
patron here
Okay.
being invited to go and solve these issues or to help solve the issues at Nairobi Hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
But then, okay, he's the president of the he's president of Kenya. Sorry, he has got the chief of the staff, so powerful. But what is the legal framework under which they are dictating terms at the board level?
Well, it's an out of frame and out of the legal framework
Right.
kind of intervention.
So stop
Yes.
there then.
Yeah.
Then I am asking, so then he refused to listen to them.
So
Because
no, resign.
They are being asked to resign.
Yes.
Yes.
And they refused.
Yes, they're compliant to the SOPs of the institution, which is Nairobi Hospital.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what the president actually was asking was an illegality.
Not an illegality.
Yes, it was, right?
Not an illegality per se. It was an adjustment, which was not procedural.
So it is an illegality.
No.
It was not procedural. Procedure and legal is different.
They're very different.
There's
a procedure which is
the
legal.
ask of
Yeah.
the ask of the president of Kenya. Is it allowed by the
Look,
constitution?
can I tell you something, Jagiru?
No. I'm just asking you.
Okay. Ask again.
The ask, the direction that the president of the Republic of Kenya was giving, was it legal according to the constitution of Kenya?
Well, I don't know.
No. I think it was not. Okay. So what is the charge?
The charge was falsifying a register of members of the Kenya Hospital Association, fraudulent registration of hundreds of members into the Kenya Hospital Association, and he was charged alongside Vice Chair Samson Kinyanjui and Dr. Chris Bichaje.
So
it was just registration.
those are charges.
Yes.
I imagine that they're not so weighty. They're not. I mean, they're not so weighty. Odhiambo, does that allow you to throw an 83-year-old man in a
Now,
cell for 3 days?
What I'm saying is this. It was not procedural for President Ruto and the chief of staff to intervene in the manner in which they did, because I believe there are other procedures which they could have followed. That's a fact. The procedure which they did was authoritarian. They were intervening by force. It's like America, whatever they like doing across the world, finding you with a little problem, and they're bringing in their issues there. Okay, so that is a fact. That President Ruto's type of intervention was a little bit high-handed, because there's no reason of arresting these guys and taking them to jail. If you ask me, genuinely, there's no reason.
And you told me what a Kenyan cell looks like.
Yes.
And he was there.
Yes.
83-year-old man.
Exactly.
Who has undergone a surgery. 3 nights.
That is true.
Tell me how it feels. Because you are a young man of 30 years. You went to jail at 30 years. Not jail. What is the other one called?
The cell.
In America, they call it jail. But in Kenya, they call it a cell.
Yeah, I was arrested some ages ago.
Yes.
Okay.
So you were 20? 28?
I was 23 or 4.
22. And you found it horrible.
It was horrible. I thought I did a very big mistake when I went in. But when I sat there, guys are having bigger crimes and they're talking straight face. Somebody telling about how he murdered somebody. Mwingine anakuambia he raped, a grandmother.
Assault,
Mwingine I defiled a child. And I'm like, I'm here for writing a Facebook post. It is horrible because you shit. You defecate.
Yeah.
In the door. Up and
Do
down.
you hear? You defecate in the door.
Yes, you defecate in the door.
And
83 Mzee was there.
Can I ask? Let Odhiambo explain to us what a cell looks like, a Kenyan cell, where the doctor was.
Yeah, so you defecate there in the door.
In the door at a corner.
It's at the corner, yes.
Okay. And piss where?
You also piss there. Like
in the same
door, urinate there.
In this urinate
and you the newest one who has come is the one to go and.
Where are you taking it?
There's a loo outside.
So you carry a door full of shit.
Yes, then you go and
you wash the door when coming back.
Of course. Then there is no bedding inside there.
There is no bedding.
There's no bedding. The floor is very, very cold. Then the ventilation is quite high. Nani kidogo, very high up there. It's very, very small and it's very stuffy generally. Then there's also torture going on in the cells.
But you have human waste in the cell throughout your stay.
Of course.
So the night, especially.
And then you eat in the evening. I remember we were fed ugali and cabbage that is not properly cooked. Cabbage.
This is where an 83-old man was for 3 days.
The addition of the criminal case was still ongoing. That means since he left, he has been meeting lawyers and lawyers. They have been debating. They have been being told, you do this, you do that. You know, if you've been with someone who has such a criminal case where the office of the president is directly, involved, this man can't sleep.
He can't sleep.
They could have handled it better, but they handled it poorly.
They have handled it poorly. I think that is not the way we handle old men in our society.
Yeah.
I think we agree that's not the way.
It is true. It was not the best way. Nairobi Hospital has major issues, which of course there's a lot of infighting. And when I sat with your friend Herman and asked him what is the way out of Nairobi Hospital, he said the ownership structure has to change because people are fighting because there's no proper ownership structure. It's very amorphous. And sorry to say, blacks, Africans, black Africans, quite with a straight face I say, they don't know business properly. Those who understand business like Aliko Dangote, you can see how they're understanding how to structure things around ownership. Ours is greed first. We want to steal small tender nini.
I think that's a bit of a generality. No.
It is the truth, Jagger.
No, you can't take all the blacks and put in one basket and say all those things.
Oh, let me not say all.
Refuse.
Let me not say all.
Refuse this one.
Most of us. Most of us.
With you.
No, on this one, I can't because we're just following greed. We're just following our stomachs.
Yeah.
And it's not just in business, it's in politics.
But is it all of them?
It's
most
not
of them.
all of them.
Yes, that's what I am disagreeing with.
It's most. Even yesterday, Jagger is now behaving like yesterday. We didn't discuss here how artists in this country are not properly structured. They don't even understand how business is run. They don't even know how to develop an MVP.
But we have also talked about podcasters in Kenya. They are not even structured as podcasters. You see, that is where we are because everybody is just following me. Nishatoka kwa this mheshimiwa amenipea this money. Don't care about other people.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a problem, but I wouldn't put all the blacks in that same basket.
I'm not putting all the blacks.
Yes.
But I said it's greed because in Africa, if you are fat, they think you are proper.
Yeah.
In fact, you are looking very good. You are well fed.
The belly fat.
Belly fat.
Yes.
And we all know belly fat is visceral fat. That means you've accumulated so much, you're having insulin resistance. You're going to die. You're going to have diabetes. You're going to have cancer. You're going to have chronic kidney failure. These are facts. You have to speak. And that is the African, because you think if somebody is massive, then they're successful.
I think the correct way of saying is that we need. I agree that Africans, we need to change.
Even if you look at the case going back to Nairobi Hospital, why do you think it is happening?
Yeah. Why is it happening?
The conversation in the country is that someone wants to take over the hospital.
Yeah.
And therefore,
Diambo will disagree.
I'm not disagreeing.
You're not disagreeing.
I'm not disagreeing. If somebody wants to take over the hospital, it's a rumor.
Yeah, it's a rumor. I'm saying it's a rumor.
Someone wants to take over the hospital. It's a rumor.
And we go back to it's obviously because of greed. Because Nairobi Hospital is making a lot of money. It just needs a little bit of some structures here and there. And Nairobi Hospital is expanding. It has been. So why is this sudden, Nairobi Hospital is collapsing and we have to do something right now?
The aggressiveness that you have to leave way, you have to go, everybody has to leave.
Nairobi Hospital has been expanding. Opening branches.
Wiper Patriotic Front Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka wants the Orange Democratic Movement supporters, Odhiambo specifically, to back his presidential bid in 2027 as a show of gratitude for defending former Prime Minister, the late Raila Odinga. Mr. Musyoka said he holds the dreams. Odhiambo, are you listening? Musyoka holds the dreams of the former ODM leader, which he wishes to see fulfilled. He said the vision should not die alongside Raila Odinga, adding that he is the only person who can actualize them, but only if elected as head of state. Okay? He said he's the presidential race and wants to address emerging issues like extrajudicial killings, which, according to him, are among the issues Odinga wanted to address. Right? So, Mr. Odhiambo, tell me, you are the former deputy president or deputy president? No,
Vice.
Vice. You owe him some votes as ODM?
Well, of course, he's right to say, as he's saying, he sees a better position for me. I've already said this severally, and I repeat that a Kalonzo Sifuna ticket is a dangerous ticket because Kalonzo has been acceptable to the Luos for a long time. He's not a pig to the Luos. Yeah, it's very. It's something that can sell in Luo land, and so maybe the way he's going around it is what I find to be.
That's not what I'm asking, though.
What are you asking? We owe him votes.
Yes.
There's no debt in politics. For sure. That's how I can put it.
What does that mean?
There's no akunanga deni kwa siasa because the transactions are always completed. Let me put it in plain terms.
Okay.
Whenever you see politicians entering a deal, always know that money has exchanged hands. Even if it is the issue of deputy president position and the presidencies, there are compromises, and those compromises, money always exchange hands. Especially from when Moi was in power, especially from 1982, when he was trying to find his way throughout, he used a lot of money and introduced the big money politics with the YK 92, big money politics, and it grew like that to date. So when you see a negotiation happening between Sijui Gachagua and Ruto, pesa im exchange hand. Sijui nani na nani, let's say Kalonzo and Sifuna, money will exchange hands. Even if it is not the principals taking, their PAs will take. It always happens. Yeah. If it is a governor and a deputy governor agreeing, money always changes hands. That is why they say 50%. What is 50%, for example, of the government? Do you think just getting a position, somebody employed there is everything they're looking for? No. They're looking for control. And what is control? Control of money. That hapa kuna tenders namna hii. Like for example, there are ministries where you have direct cash flow. Okay? Like Ministry of Defense, direct cash flow. Ministry of Interior, direct cash flow. Ministry of what? Agriculture, cash flow, in fact, excess. Petroleum and energy, excess monies. Now, other finance, excess money. Other ministries like labor, hapa kunanga pesa, you have to request. Ministry of Wildlife, Tourism, nini. Wewe sasa ni media serikali. You have to do a lot of work and bring in money to the government. In fact, Ministry of Tourism is the one that is always weighted on most, and Ministry of Trade to work on the revenue streams of the government, etc. So now, when wakigawa serikali, kuna pesa na peano wakati wa negotiation. Unakumbuka tulikuwa na wewe Serena, tukiambiwa wakati ile 202 hiyo kitu ilikuwa nafanyika ya kuchagua nani Nyachai, Raila, Kibaki. 2 billion shillings exchange hands. We were told when we were there with you. We had and this is a rumor we've had, that in 2013, when Raila and When Raila and Uhuru or Raila and Ruto, something of that sort, there's a Kulei somewhere, and there's a Kidero somewhere. It was being said people were carrying huge monies. Kidero was said to have contributed 2 billion towards the political dealing, okay, etc. So money is always exchange hand anyway. It is not a lie; it's a fact. Even these handshakes, whatever, these negotiations.
But this is. Do you think that this is why when people like Jed talk about corruption, the politicians are always looking at them and saying, "What are these people talking about?"
Because they don't understand. Corruption is the order of the day.
Because we've made it so. And we believe it cannot end.
Yeah, it cannot
Therefore,
end.
if people like Odhiambo will say it's the order of the day, it's as if we have to carry on with corruption as if it's our water.
No, it's not. But yeah, it's happening.
I know people think it's naivety when we talk about corruption, but it has to end. But I just want to say something about Kalonzo.
Yes.
I find it very saddening that he's asking to be given power.
Exactly.
Power is not given.
He's asking for votes.
No, it's
that is asking
votes
for power.
Votes inakupea power. He should take power like William Ruto.
Yeah. How?
You take power like Raila Odinga. Raila faced his father.
But you take it by going there and asking for the vote.
Not really.
Not asking.
The maneuvers.
The maneuvers. ODM. I haven't even had conversations about Kalonzo talking inside details with Sifuna and Orengo, how they can take over ODM and work together as Wiper. You see, those conversations ought to be there. At least by now we need to hear rumors that Kalonzo has met Orengo, closed door meeting.
Yeah.
Kalonzo has met Sifuna and Babu, closed door meeting. You see, that is how you take power.
Yeah.
And therefore, when Luo people see Kalonzo and Babu, and then they think, what were they discussing?
Yeah.
And then we come here and we talk about that, and then it seems Kalonzo has entered into the Nyanza region.
Okay.
Now you don't just come and say you support me because I did this. What was Ruto doing with Tanga?
The maneuvers you have to make. Kalonzo is just going about it wrongly. Is like begging.
How can he not know better?
Because he doesn't know better.
that is the surprising thing about our politicians.
Actually, Obama once said something that, once you get to the table where these guys are, you realize that they're not all it.
Yeah.
Do you remember that statement?
They're not all it.
They're not all
Yeah,
it.
he said,
Because you always imagine that these guys are too brilliant. They are extremely sharp. These guys are all knowing. My friend, you sit with them and you're like, huh? Hapa ndio watu milioni 10 wameweka hope zao.
And that's how we are as a people.
Yeah.
We assume that these politicians have solutions, know how to navigate. Like just a simple, meeting or rengo. You see that.
The other day, you remember we were being told about how somebody was making one way until he hits his head on the wall.
Yes.
That was very shocking.
Yes.
But Uhuru Kenyatta is out from the bunker. Wanjigi was out and Uhuru is following him suit. What is the relationship between Wanjigi and Uhuru Kenyatta? Former President Uhuru Kenyatta on Friday launched a scathing attack against President William Ruto, telling him to emulate former President Mwai Kibaki, who never attempted to gag his predecessor, Daniel Arap Moi. He said the government was targeting him with the intention of curtailing his democratic right to engage in political discourse, even when not pursuing any elective seat. You all remember in 2005, when Moi and I, as well as some in this government, Uhuru said, teamed up to campaign against the draft constitution, where the retired president was telling Kenyans that the proposed document was bad. We campaigned against the government position and won. Moi had then teamed up with others, Mr. Kenyatta, Mr. Ruto, Mr. Raila Odinga, successfully defeating the draft. The former president spoke to Narok residents on Friday via his brother's phone, Muhoho. Muhoho represented him at the Thanksgiving ceremony. Well, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, your uncle.
My uncle.
I like the way they can always relate people.
I wish. I ningekuwa na power. I wish.
Your uncle is crying foul. He's saying, but what do you think? What is the fear in President Ruto's camp against Kenyatta? Is it his money?
Up to now, I've never believed that there is anything Uhuru is doing to antagonize William Ruto.
You sure?
Yep. Up to now, I don't know. It is me personally. I believe Uhuru,
people are saying that he is bankrolling Matiang'i.
Matiang'i is just someone to make Jubilee look vibrant. Jubilee sikufe. But I doubt even he will be supported. Someone was telling me Uhuru can even support Martha Karua. That's because Uhuru brought Martha Karua to Raila's during Azimio. That is a conversation for another day. But there's this conversation about Uhuru knowing how to fatten a cow before slaughtering it. I was told this by Benji Ndolo and I really reflected on it. This is probably what Uhuru is doing in Azimio. And whenever I see Uhuru coming out in public, charging well, I usually ask, is this all you can do? With all the money you have, is that phone call all he can do for Jubilee and the Azimio people?
Oh, really?
And then we have this media frenzy. Whenever Uhuru speaks, it's as if, now Azimio is now vibrant and everybody is going to do this and that. But when we saw Uhuru campaigning for Raila in 2022, we didn't see anything. We saw, but we didn't see anything. No result, I mean. And I remember even Ruto at some point saying that I almost slapped Uhuru because he just wanted to give up. Don't you even remember that? He said, and up to now, I still have these doubts whenever it comes to Uhuru coming out in public and saying, I'm supporting this person. And I think this is why he's out. He felt like the ground was shifting away from him even further towards Rigathi Gachagua. And I believe Uhuru still wants to show the ground that he's still their kingpin. But up to now, there's nothing Uhuru has done to convince me personally that he's doing anything strong for the united alternative opposition or alternative government.
Do you think that you want more from him as somebody who has the money and the name?
The money and the name, yes, if he hits ground. And this is what Obama did for Joe Biden. This is what Obama did, even after some delays with Kamala Harris. He still went out and supported Kamala Harris with all his strength. I remember at first Kamala was doubting it. But Obama went out and Obama knew that the Democrats will vote for Kamala because of her. And this is what Obama did. Uhuru should know, and I believe, let's not go to the assumption that we had earlier that he doesn't know better. He knows that if he hits the ground, the opposition will be stronger. He should know it if he doesn't. And therefore, he needs to hit ground. And therefore, him coming and saying, unajua wale sijui vinyangarika or what, and then we clap, and then he goes back to his cocoon, and then he comes back after 2 months. It's not going to help the opposition in any way.
Do you think that Uhuru might be afraid that questions that were being asked when he was president are going to resurface again?
But President Ruto. Yeah, we are back.
We are back, eh?
I believe we are back.
You are? We are?
Yes, and I think it's continuing from where we were.
It is continuing from where we were.
Yes.
Me. I'm the only one who is not seeing it, but everybody else is seeing it.
No,
so
it has disappeared.
It's disappeared.
Yeah, it's coming and going at the same time.
Coming and going. What is going on?
Let me see. No. Yeah, we are good.
We are good.
Yes.
We are good.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That is fine. Iko sawa. Watu wanasema notify me when the internet is back.
You're back.
No, it is actually back. Yeah, it's back. It's back. It's very good. It's back. It's back. It's back. People are back. People are back. So let me invite them. This is ever brilliant. Evander is saying that. Annie is saying, did the woman arrest the good doctor? Arrest the good doctor in a bad way. Right? That is Dr. Obuaka. Boniface Oduok is saying, watching live from Melbourne City in Australia. Annie is saying, Jadiel should be allowed to say the truth. Kwani iko nini? Okay. Kate is saying, Odhiambo, reduce your words. The political headache can't heal. Okay. Kagiri is saying, this why digress and the parrot Itumbi propaganda to malign the name of a dead man. Right? Okay. What is that? What is that you did?
It thought I was talking Itumbi nonsense. I don't like him. I don't talk about his
and
stuff.
they're saying that we have another Musanda woman. That is Bale. Somebody is saying Orengo is just all talk. Siaya County is mad with the theft of funds. Okay. Ian is saying they did the old man dirty. I also this thing is all not looking nice for the old man. Odhiambo is right, because even IQ Watson said the same thing. To make a right tooth. Well, I didn't get that so well. Ruto is using an authoritarian approach to gag everything. It's unfortunate the old man of 83 years was not spared. So that is what is going on there. I think with the internet is now back.
Yeah.
And the internet is completely back. I think we are on my phone. I think it is good. Maybe we should go to the real issue now.
Yep.
And start talking about it. Jadiel, I hope that you're going to be keeping up. We start with which video, Mr. Odhiambo?
We start with the Nyang Nyong'o. Yeah, let's roll the Nyang Nyong'o video.
Nyang Nyong'o video.
Is a very important name in Seme, because your Seme ilungu nikwa nyikala masivyo nikwa ngano omiyokwa biro kaeri wabire liel mayicha inya mwayo ago jaduong jodong mobiro represented here today Gimoselal Baba James Nyikala adwa kwa ujumu den kasani mondo ku yiena wabed ga ceremony mari ko jaduong ma respectful ma caring ma sympathize with the family no lose somebody today. Let us not take it as a show for ourselves. Let us take it for prayer to let's make sure that jaduong goes to eternity. Is a very important.
I walked there to Senator Jenda and I asked him, these people came with you. Can you tell them to stop? To stop. Senator, were you able to stop them? They nearly killed my son. Let us be popular. Let us be truly popular. Be able to walk to a funeral alone. Let us be able to walk to funeral alone.
Okay, I think there is a video of that we should now play about the goons actually.
So let's go to the chaos, the video of the chaos.
Yes, the video of the chaos.
Where the guy is telling the leaders to get out. Yeah, let's go to that video. Because it will set the context of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You find it? Yeah, there's a problem, people of the internet.
Order! This does not show any kind of respect at all to Mjumbe's family. I think you are getting it wrong. We are getting it wrong. We are getting it all wrong, please. This does not depict any kind of respect.
Hello? Hello? Jo dala wa, jo youth. Youth wa wakwani, wewe kelo wich kuote liel maduong kama. Wakwau. Gino bedo stop. Wakwau ni gino bedo stop. Gino bedo stop.
Jotelo mobiro gi jogu lweny gi ema okelo gi odhi ochung gi uketho liel. Jotelo uchung ukaw jogu dhigo. No. Uketho liel ubiro tuwe gi e dhot ka gidhaw gi ji.
En gombo.
Tutulie sasa. Tutulie sasa. Vijana tutulie please. Vijana tutulie please. Tunaomba utulivu vijana.
Odhiambo, I want to ask you, what is really going on there? Probably you give context because you've made calls, you've heard from people that were there. What exactly is going on there?
So, it's a disappointing scene, people of the internet and Jadiel. It's a very disappointing scene because this was the burial of the father of James Nyikal, who is the MP for Seme. Now, Nyikal is also the chairman of something called Dual. Dual is the like halmashauri ya wabunge kutoka Luo, or Luo MPs, right? That's Luo parliamentarians. So Nyikal is their chairperson for quite some time now. Dual is like a parliamentary group in parliament, but it is very much non-official. It is where Luo MPs speak about their issues. That's where, actually, including governors, are also in Dual with Nyikal as their leader. So Nyikal's father died, and this was the burial. And something happened at that burial. Two people. Of course, there's some silly thing going on in Luoland, which we'll talk about at length today, without fear, because quite a number of my friends and people who I thought I would respect are also involved, and today we will call them out without fear. When people went to the funeral, Professor Ujenda, my friend, walked in with goons. Goons, literally. And those goons disturbed that funeral. When Orengo came in, he was just welcome well. But Orengo did not take long at the funeral because he was booed out. And as he was being booed out, this goon sort of escorted him out of the tent. And it is the humiliating thing. The gentleman you see in specs saying, viongozi wachukue watu watoke now, that is Nyikal's son. Because saying, this is my grandfather's funeral, why are you doing this to us? Get out with your people. And you've heard MP Nyikal also saying, I know you didn't hear that, he was saying that he went to Professor Ujenda and asked him to stop his people. Okay? Stop your people. Because now they're causing chaos at the funeral. And Ujenda was not able to stop his people.
And that is there is a question I want to ask you there, because probably you can get into the psyche of the goon culture in Nyanza or anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because it appears that, okay, how do you employ, because for example, if I tell Jadiel that, Jadiel, I want you to go and close that door.
Yeah.
And I tell Jadiel, now go open it. Then he should go to do that. You know, but I've told Jadiel to go open the door, but I know when I'm telling Jadiel to go close the door, now Jadiel is telling you, no, that door cannot be closed. Yeah. And this is the most interesting thing. So when you say that Ojenda could not do that, what exactly did that phrase mean?
He couldn't do it, and I've always told him, and I've written to him. I've written to him this evening, and I will read the redacted form of what I've wrote to him, because some I believe are confidential. I've told him, my friend, those people you are working with in the name of security will not convert into votes. Refocus, stop the drama. And if you recall, I did ask you sometimes back to recalibrate your relationship with the political class. They don't like you at all, and hence they can't go forward with you. I will leave it at that. The rest.
What does that mean? Who is the political class you refer to?
The MPs, the MCAs, former governors, former councillors, the ones I'm trying to talk to, the ones I was trying to talk to come and help. They're saying, well, we can't relate with him, boy. We can't relate with him.
Why does he need them?
He needs them because you need acceptance in the political class. At the governorship, when you're going for governorship, you don't walk alone. You can't get the governorship ramboom, like omnibus.
You need MPs that support you, MCs that support you, former governors that support you.
Exactly. You need everybody. You need even the higher political class, like the ministerial level, the party structures to support you. Okay? And whenever my friend wants to go with people, to funerals...
What is the problem with lawyers and leadership?
There's a big challenge. Lawyers are prosecutorial and verbose.
Verbose?
Yeah. And their thinking is prosecutorial, because why would you work with that number of security, quote unquote? Nobody's going to beat you at a funeral, man.
He looks very bad.
Yeah, it looks very bad. Nobody's going to beat you at the funeral. It's a funeral, for God's sake. Why are you coming with a team of that nature?
But the question of the Ambo is, because Orengo obviously did not work with a big team, because they're having a very lean security, probably the one that goes with him everywhere.
Yeah.
But is it because I think we need to get to the psychology of what Ogenda was trying to do, because so when you enter, because it is a culture you see that when a politician is going to a funeral, he has got all these people around him.
No, I think if you look at it from the Luanza view, that's what you see.
Okay.
The other day there was a burial of even father of Chirchir.
Okay.
Here in Elgeyo, was it Elgeyo Marakwet? You didn't see these things happen there. You didn't see these things happen there. There was burial of the former Lukalau member of parliament.
Yes.
You didn't see these things happen there. You go to Kisii. You go to Luya. These things don't happen. Why? Why is it that Uko akuna hii vita? Why is it that those people just walk in? In fact, they come landing in choppers. They just land in choppers, and MPs just walk in, and it's ushered properly. They sit clearly. They are very organized. What is the problem with our people? You can tell us. Does this thing happen in Kikuyu land?
I think what is happening there is this culture of trying to show that you are the man. This culture of coming back to Nairobi and say, Mr. President, you see what I did to James Orengo. Mr. President, you see how I taught Orengo a lesson. There's this culture, and I think Professor Jambo looks horrible because it doesn't stand out like a leader. One thing a leader needs to do is to foster peace and honor from where they come from.
Yeah.
Right now the country is talking about what is wrong with the Luo people.
Yeah.
One, you have dishonored your people in this burial ceremony of what you're calling the Luo parliamentary group, an official, And people are thinking, just because you want to come back to Nairobi and tell Ruto that I am the man who paid this and I showed James Orengo that is not a man in this place, it is so shameful. And I think what is happening now is something that Luo people or the Nyanza leaders should come and say, by the way, this is our people, and when we go to negotiate, we look like fools. And this is why I liked Ruth today. Ruth spoke very well. She said it's not about one term or two term. She asked the clergy, today I liked her because she was like, you know what? Let's just sit down. We're looking so foolish as a people.
Yeah.
And this is why we're having this conversation about Kwani Juraila ameenda, you guys can't stand.
Yeah.
I would like the gentleman to put the quotes of the MP Atandi and the quote of the MP Nikal. We'll start with Atandi. This is what Atandi said at this funeral.
He was one of the speakers.
Yes, this is what he said. The fact that and I quote, the fact that I allowed Linda Mwananchi to hold their rally in Kisumu peacefully does not mean we are lazy. I was asked to let them come. We shall sort their issue later. Okay? I don't know if that has played as I was speaking, but I believe the people will see it. I'll repeat. And I quote, the fact that I allowed Linda Mwananchi to hold, the fact that I, Atandi, allowed Linda Mwananchi to hold their rally, allowed, in a Kenya where democracy was fought for.
But see, 2 days ago said they
somebody has to allow.
He had said they will
in Kisumu peacefully does not mean we are lazy. I was asked to let them come. We shall sort their issue later. This is not us. Mheshimiwa Atandi, it's not us. It's not our culture. And you guys, you MPs of this duration, you will be gone in a short while. You could serve for 10, 15 years, but you're spoiling for the future generation. Now, if you look at the quote of Mheshimiwa Nyikal, this was his response to Agenda. I don't know if you have it up.
To Agenda.
This was his response. True popularity is like love. You can't buy it. A truly popular leader should be able to walk into a funeral alone. Money can attract followers, but what it buys won't last. Real popularity must be earned. James Nyikal to who? To Agenda.
And he actually said, money does not buy love, it buys lust.
Yes.
And that was the most powerful thing of it.
Yeah. So, what did Agenda want to achieve at the funeral?
There's this, I was the campaign manager for Professor Agenda in 2021-2022. And you know, if we are friends, we're going to talk.
Okay.
And if you can't listen to me talking to him privately, now I'll talk to you publicly. Yes. I was his campaign manager. And one of the things...
Until recently, don't say you were in 2021, 2022.
I resigned recently, not as a campaign manager, but as a consultant. Because he lacks structures that will help him go to the governorship. Okay? As at the time that I was his consultant, when I looked, I did my baseline survey. He was ranking number 1, closely followed by Ron and Buyu. Okay? Today, if you look at the latest report, Ron has passed him. Buyu is coming in at number 2. Ojina is coming in at distant number 3. Distant number 3, not even close. Unlike the one where he was number 1, and Buyu and Ron were closing into each other. Okay? Now, the reason as to why this is happening, my friend Professor Agenda fears structures. He fears structures. And he fears somebody who can call him to order. That is the biggest problem he's suffering from. Because why do you need these people? It's okay. People can love you.
So he's patching up his deficiencies using goons.
Esteem deficiencies.
I think I would go.
Esteem deficiencies.
I think I would go with Jadiel's reasoning.
Yeah.
Because why do I need people who are protecting me? Nobody's gonna beat you, bro. Agenda is loved. Nobody can beat him at the funeral. Because why would somebody want to beat you? Umewakosea nini?
So I've told you it's about coming back to Nairobi and saying I dealt with Orengo.
Umewakosea
and that's why these people cannot be called back to order. And Orengo probably had said.
But I am stuck at the fact that he could not bring them to order. Why?
Because he can't.
What do you mean he can't?
Look, let me tell you. Most of these guys providing security to Professor Agenda are people who I know. Because some of them are my friends, okay? And there's no harm them providing security to Professor Agenda. But there's harm in them now causing chaos where other leaders are.
But are these security people or goons?
Well,
you know them.
There's a level at which there's security. If I come with my orderlies, I call them orderlies, yeah?
Okay, orderlies.
If I come with my orderlies, their role is maybe to help me get a seat because sometimes politics is chaotic if it was not arranged. And maybe in case somebody can attack me, they walk me out. It's okay, it's fine. But once they're there, there's a place where they stop. Outside the gate ya kuingia kwa funeral, hapo nje ya tent, they stop. They should stop and you go in with your bodyguard. Your armed bodyguard. Or your PA, who is going to sit behind you.
Okay.
That's how these things ought to happen.
But Agenda walked with him into the tent.
Into the tent. Okay? And Nyikal is saying, I went and asked Agenda, these are your people, you're the one who came with them. Can you stop them? It is humiliating.
And he started laughing.
And started laughing.
That's how you know someone with some esteem deficiencies.
It's not right.
They operate like that. Because he knows he's wrong, he's ashamed, so he starts laughing. And I think he was a man on a mission to come and show that I am the man in this funeral and I can deal with.
But I also don't understand the idea that they wanted is simply to kick out Orengo. I mean, Orengo,
the person. Go ahead.
As you saw in the Linda Mwananchi, the people were saying he's now the party leader of ODM.
Okay.
You know? And this was the time for, I believe, Agenda to come and show that Orengo does not have influence anywhere in the region. And through this, Orengo was forced to go out. And I know the blogs and I know the...
At what point did he go out?
Well, I would not accuse Agenda for the Orengo mishap.
Yes.
I would put it at Andy's doorstep. Because the person who went to Kisumu before Linda Mwananchi and said, these people cannot be allowed to hold a rally here, ilikuwa nani? It's public information. It's out there. We saw it on the blogs. We saw it in the media. Him saying he won't allow them.
At what point was Orengo booed?
Orengo walked in.
Okay.
I don't know if you can, if the video can play, if you can lay over.
Before his speech.
Right before his speech.
Before his speech?
Yes.
Orengo's.
Guys just walked
So
in.
he was not allowed to do any speech?
To address, yes.
And this is the problem with the Luo leaders. Orengo is potent. Orengo is what?
Potent.
He could be useless to some extent in the eyes of others. But he's potent where he's going. Because I said, Jadiel, if today Orengo successfully, because Sifuna is the front runner for that, for Linda Mwananchi. If they successfully enter an agreement with who? With Kalonzo. And Sifuna deputizes Kalonzo with support of Gachagua. Do you think Ruto will beat them?
Tricky, very tricky.
Very tricky.
Very
and in that sense, Orengo shall have secured for these Luos, including myself, if it happens. It's not a must that it happens, but if it happens, shall have secured that side. So you don't beat your colleagues who are walking the other way. Because wewe nimesema hapa before, angalia hawa wakina Jadiel, angalia hawa wakisi, angalia hawa wakamba, angalia hawa coast, everywhere. These guys are always going like this. Like this. And they're not abusing each other. If they meet at the funeral, ni kuongea tu. They just talk. And then everybody goes home peacefully. But this one of ours where people are being beaten. Orengo is being frog-marched. Ojenda is a neophyte in politics compared to Orengo. Atandi is a neophyte in politics compared to Orengo. Those are facts. Atandi is just 10 years in politics. Orengo started politics in 1979 when he defeated Ondiek in Nugenya constituency. So we cannot just wipe off institutional memory like Orengo like that. Yes, it could be chaotic. But can we appreciate that it's just politics?
It's about watching a bit of what Mount Kenya does. When it comes to insulting Uhuru,
yes,
it's Cheriot, it's Sudi, not people from the mountain who insult Uhuru Kenyatta. I'm not saying Orengo is at the level of Uhuru in Nyanza compared to Mount Kenya, but just look at the emissaries that are sent to throw barbs at Gachagua. Maybe it's just Itungo.
And you know. I don't think they have been asked, but they have decided not to.
Because they know, I've told you about honor your people first. You are leaders of this region. You know, these are things you can call Orengo whatever you want in a closed door meeting. But can you imagine now the show that we have now in the country about Nyanza people who cannot show unity, even to an elder person who fought alongside Raila Odinga. And Atandi comes and Ojenda comes and they want to show the country that this is just another boy. Can you imagine how shameful it is?
It is just so bad.
But I was asking a question.
You know, Jagger, let me say this. Professor Ojenda is somebody I know very well. He's not a stranger to me. Okay? And I also know that he's a very kind person to his people. That I also know. But we must not forget that he's suffering a brand hemorrhage issue. Brand reputation, hemorrhage. Because just a few days ago, in Parliament, this guy Otsotsi, and Chirargei, and everybody was talking about the goons in Kisumu being owned by Ojenda. What you're saying here is out of love. It's out of abundance of caution that he should rebrand and reposition himself from these people, because Nikal, being the head of Dual, mentioning him is bad.
Okay.
It shows disrespect.
And you know, he said, you almost killed my son.
Yeah. It's just, look, it could not be the truth, but the taste
when he says they almost killed my son, they had a brawl. Probably.
When the son was calling on the dais and saying, viongozi mchukue vijana wenyu mwende now. What did that mean? And then Nikal comes and says, you know, I went to speak to Ojenda and ask him to call his people to order. You can't own a knife that umetengeneza hivi on two sides. Na ujui kuikeep.
But I ask you a question that you have not given me a response to. Why can't he tell his goons to go?
First of all, these goons, I'm not talking about the security, but he can speak better. Mnapita pale mnapewa quota. Mnapewa bangi. Nguvu ipate. So if you give some dog that and you tell that dog attack, it's not in the right mind. To tell him, no, dog, sit down now. And we see this in rallies.
Yeah.
Watu wanaenda unapata tu quota to some cheap to 180 shillings. Mnapewa kila mtu anapiga. And some bangi. And you think these people, you can tell them come back? If you are sober, they can. But most of them are not.
The problem,
and that's why they can hurt Osoti the way they did.
The problem that I see with the utter disgrace in Luanza politicians and leaders is that it is so segmented in a sense. Because, for example, you start with Babu Wino against Ray. It's a fight that is never ending. Right? Then you go to Millie Mabona, who is the MP for Suba North. Yeah. Suba North. And the governor of Homa Bay, Gladys Wanga. So, I don't know whether this is true, but anytime Millie Mabona speaks about ODM issues, there is a team of bloggers that are sent after her. And she is told that she's only jealous of Gladys Wanga. And it has become so bad that she has to go online and create a hashtag called I am jealous of Gladys Wanga. It is that bad. Okay? Then we have Yugi Magwanga and the governor. All right? Then you go there and then you have, Uburu Dinga and Orengo fighting on this other end. Then now you have Ojenda and Orengo. Now you have Atandi and Orengo. Like,
just correction, Ojenda and Orengo are not fighting.
But his goons who are kicking out Orengo from the rally.
Ojenda and Orengo are not fighting. That we can set clear. That I know. Ojenda respects Orengo very much in terms of their.
But his goons chased Orengo out of the.
Now the goons he came with, quote unquote, the goons he came with participated in that chasing of Orengo out. Because in terms of the dichotomy of Linda Mwananchi, Linda Ground, Ojenda is actually more UDA than even Linda Ground. Okay, so he doesn't have an issue at a personal level, but if his people.
So what is the public issue?
So say again.
There is no problem at a personal level, but there is a public issue that we saw today.
Yes, and Ojenda has never participated in that public issue. The issue here is these people who are now excited, as Jadil has told you, they are now overzealous. Because mtu anafukuzwa ilawe wao pia wanamlawo. That's what I'm saying. It's wrong. That is wrong. And because you came with them, it is now clustered. You're also clustered amongst them. But the person who has said it is, I've read, he said it. We can even play the clip. He said it, Atandi, that they allowed Linda Mwananchi just to come there for some time. Then they will deal with them later.
What does that mean?
The later was today.
The later might have been today. He said it on the mic. When he took the mic, he said it. It's wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong.
So the letter was today.
Yes. It's wrong. Whatever happened in Nini was very, very wrong. It should not happen. Do you have the video of Atandi talking?
Yes.
Ebu play it.
Jomokore ni wanyap. Jokisumo unyap. Ne wamiyo gi nafas mondo gibigi wach weche gi manono Kisumo ka. To kik gipar ni wanyap wabro deal kod gidoke kamano. Jomage mawacho ni Kisumo ka en tutam. Wach maradek. Ayie ni mondo walos kaka oganda Luo. To loso mitero wago Rigathi Gachagua ok wanyal yie. Wawinjore. Jomage mawacho ni loso matero Rigathi Gachagua watamre.
You know, that is Atandi saying verbatim that we cannot allow them to just speak here. Yeah, we cannot allow them to just speak here. We are not weak people. Ama watu wa Kisumu nyinyi mko weak. That these people can just come and speak here. What happened to democracy? What happened to the right of speech? Free speech? Freedom of speech? What happened to it? Why are we thinking?
Martha is saying that in Western Kenya they even get to insult spouses. In Central, you see the way they are currently. But this one in Luanza is being magnified. Do you think it's a magnification?
It's not a magnification. It's just what we are. It's because people have said here, Jadiel, what are waheshimiani? What are waheshimiani? Instead of, Jagiro is the leader of this podcast, for example. You know, when I come here, or when we come here, Jagero can tell us, do this. Even if I know better, you know what I'll do? First thing is I comply. Because he's the vision bearer, he understands where this thing is going. There's some places where when I go with Jagero, in terms of training, I tell him, Jagero, this is where we are going. He complies. Order, it's not utumwa. But that's what people are not understanding. That, for example, Oburu being there, Wanga, this wakina how do you call it? Otinda Molo, Mili Mabona, talking and telling him, you know what, we need some level of order. Let's agree. People are not listening to each other. It is egos at play. Like, for example, the war between Babu and Raymond Omolo. I've told Babu myself. I've called him and told him, Babu, Omolo is not somebody to fight with. For this reason. He's a strategic supporter for you in Nairobi. Omolo has immense resources. Omolo is not somebody you need in your hate list. You need him to be your friend. And he also needs you because you two are coming from another generation. You see our legacy politicians. Now, you must have seen, he has slowed down his attacks on who? On Omolo. He has slowed it down. And something I must appreciate him for. Now, go to Homa Bay. Gladys versus Millie. Not long ago.
Can you contextualize for us the fight between Millie Mabona and Gladys Wanga?
Millie Mabona has always been very compliant to the party structures and how the party wants its things done, etc. In the run-up to 2022 elections, it was even rumored that Millie Mabona would run for governor. Okay? But after Raila ordered that things go a particular way, Millie Mabona was compliant. And she chose to support who? Wanga. Okay? But all the time, kuna hii nyego. Jealousy and envy in Kijaluo. Where, when Millie talks, there are some people in Luoland who believe that they're the only ones who have the license for people to talk. That if you talk, you should be shut down. When Wanga talks as the party chair on certain things, ODM allows for democracy. And Millie says, zoning, zoning apana. Why what zoning for what? Let's beat this. We can beat them. Let's just do the right things. But then the minions of Wanga, go around saying a lot of things. They start abusing Millie. There's a time they even attacked Millie at Millie has not given birth. You don't attack somebody at family, at reputation. You don't. But these guys go down on Millie all the time. So what does Millie do? She says, okay, I'm accepting what you're branding me for. Okay, I'm jealous of Wanga because they said she's jealous of Wanga. Now, why would Millie be jealous of Wanga? Millie entered politics when Wanga was still in class. Wanga is a neophyte. She came the other day, and she has been made by Raila. With the absence of Raila, Wanga is facing an uphill task even in Homa Bay, our home. That is the truth. But now, when there's that small difference, wanapigana, nini, now it has become a full-blown war between Millie and Wanga because of these minions.
Yeah, people result to this when they don't have solid debates. What we are seeing now.
Debates.
What we are seeing now is Atandi cannot say something substantial.
My biggest problem is that the kind of wagging of tail that has been in Nyanza has been there for such a long time. It starts way back where the Luos have always believed. And this is why I think that even although Diambo is saying that there is democracy in ODM, I sharply disagree with him. Because the chips are completely falling because we used to have what is called a foundation, which was really never a foundation. It was sitting on sand. You see? And now suddenly that foundation is not there. Let's call it foundation, but now it's gone, and the entire house is sort of coming down. There are people that are holding onto that pillar. There's another one holding onto that pillar, but the center is not there.
Yeah.
And this is why I think it is very, very important that even as we talk about this other tribe, because if you look at, Central, yes, Uhuru was sort of the de facto leader when he was ruling, but there were so many voices. Uhuru was not ruling Mount Kenya with an iron fist. I mean, people could tell him off. Gachagua could tell him off.
I think because there were political parties in Mount Kenya rather than the political parties that were trying to be established in Nyanza.
Yeah.
Therefore, everyone was passing through ODM. But in the central region, even if you're not in Jubilee or TNA, those political leaders of their small DPs, PNUs, whichever's, They would go and say, oh, we are bringing this number to the party, but we are joining Jubilee. But remember, we have this political party which we will not fold.
Yeah, but we used to just have this issue in Luanza, whereby if Jadiel you went onto a big platform and talked like that, Raila would organize a bigger meeting in the same fort where you spoke. And we'll call you a betrayer and we'll say so many things. And this is the problem. And this is the problem that I've always had with the leaders that have died in Luanza. Because they started this kind of bad manners, whereby they think that they own the Luo nation, they have put the Luo nation in their pocket, a Luo person cannot speak, a Luo person cannot go and negotiate. Look at the way Jalango was treated when he went to State House. Look at all these people that... So, Raila can go to State House and talk to anybody. The moment you go there, you are suddenly somebody that should not be seen in the streets of Kisumu. You see? And that should not be the case. This is the problem that we are now seeing. That now, that guy that used to tell us things and organize the entire house is not there. Then we can't speak. Like, for example, everybody is now looking at the other as the enemy. You Orengo, wewe kwani wewe unafikiria ni nani? Orengo is looking at Uburu. Kwani wewe unafikiria if your brother was this way and that way, now you can come and tell us this one. Atandi is now looking at Oyenda saying, where you think you can be the governor of Kisumu? Nyongo is writing a long verbose stuff in the newspaper, talking to us about zoning and all those things. But we know he's stole from Ranguma as a governor. How did he win the Kisumu governorship?
But what would you attribute this to? Is it the persona of Raila or the people of Luanza?
It is a mix.
Because in the same sense, when people went to Ruto, before even when Uhuru was saying Ona Tangatanga and what, when everyone was there from Mount Kenya, the MPs. But you see, the people on the ground did not care whether people were with Uhuru or Ruto. They just cared about their interests. Is it the people of Luanza who don't see their interests and only look at their personalities?
Let me answer it in this way by asking Frank to play the clip of Jaco Midio when the warning he gave Luos. Let's listen.
It's in Luo.
It's in Luo. We'll translate it. Don't worry. We'll translate it. People of the internet, don't worry. We'll translate.
I've never seen Odhiambo this angry. Someone has said that. So angry.
Unijo luo nyaka unge ni Karaila unge to nyaka une mudho to unijo luo.
So people of the internet, that is Jaco Midio talking to Luos and telling them that they will have to experience a lot of issues.
He's actually saying that you'll see darkness.
You'll see darkness upon the death of Raila Odinga.
My goodness.
Okay, and this is the darkness now.
And what is the context? What is he saying that he's not saying?
What is exactly? That's a very good question. What he's saying that he's not saying,
yes,
is that he has looked at the Luos completely and conclusively.
Okay.
And understood their psyche.
Okay.
And seen the person that they are as Luos. And he knows that these Luos are going to be messed up because they can't stand united. And a house that is not united will be divided. And once you're divided, people will come and take polls, wengine wanachukua dirisha, wengine wanachukua nini, kila mtu anachukua kitu kidogo kidogo. That's what Jaco was telling people when he was still alive. And that time, Raila was still alive as well. He looked at the kind of leaders we are having, and he knew beyond Raila there's nobody, and these Luos will suffer terribly.
But the question is, because for me, I have because if we trace the Luo people and their relationship with power, whether we are talking about the Luo led by Oginga Odinga, versus Kenyatta, versus Mboya. We talk about Luos led by Raila Odinga versus the former President Moi. We talk about the Luos led by Raila Odinga versus the presidency of Kibaki. We look at the Luos with the leadership of Raila Odinga versus the presidency of Uhuru Kenyatta. We look at the leadership of the Luo Nyanza led by Raila Odinga against the first few years of Ruto. We see a pattern of we have one person that is negotiating on our behalf. Everybody else's on the table where Raila is diminishes completely and goes under the table. Whether there are crumbs under the table or there is nothing under the table, that's a problem. That is your problem. But you can take steps back, okay, and look at the psyche of the Luo people. Like, what is it that the Luos have always wanted to become? And in my estimation, when I was growing up by the shores of River Nyando, we were being told the reason why Luos are suffering for a long time is because of the government. Because we have never agreed with the government. Because the government will never come and help us. And how do we as Luos jump over this bridge to the other side? We have to have our person. That person was for a long time the late Oginga Odinga. You know, he was the man that working with the Luos in darkness and shining the torch. When Oginga Odinga died, he was that torch was inherited by his son, Raila Odinga, who has been working with us in darkness for all those years and telling us and us believing that if so long as the Luo cannot ascend to the presidency, the Luos will always be in poverty, the Luos will never have roads, the Luos will never have nothing. To the point of 2010 constitution, where as a country we agreed that there's a lot of power that is being hogged by the national government. And as a country we agreed that we are going to give 15% of our national cake to the people back at the counties. That happened. And then we did not actually click. Our mentality did not change. That now we actually have 12 billion Kenya shillings every year going to Homa Bay County. We have 10 billion going to Kisumu County. We have another 9 billion going to Siaya County. We have another so much million, upwards of about 9 billion going to Migori County. It did not click. But now we have a combination of about 50, 60 billion actually going down there. We stuck at the juncture, at the crossroad, that without the presidency, we cannot amount to anything.
17 years down the line.
You see? And so that is why, even if we talk about Odhiambo's friend, Mr. Orengo, who is the governor of Siaya, who is getting about 10 billion every year, but how is he administering the county of Siaya? What can he show us? Well, he can go about gallivanting and saying that Ruto has done nothing. We can see Ruto's Rironi Mau summit. We can see his stadium standing. We cannot see a lot of those things. Money could be lost. There could be leakages, but we see those things. Now, what can we talk about Orengo? Go to Gladys Wanga, Odhiambo's friend. Now they are fighting tooth and nail about things, but what has she done there? Let's go to Migori and talk to Uchila Yako. What has he done there? Now they are telling him Uchilo Bai every day. They are singing that song. Let's go to Kisumu. The professor himself, who is writing long text on newspapers, you know, telling us of how zoning is this. But look at him. What he has done in Kisumu is simply to sweep Oginga Odinga Street and tell us that Kisumu is now the new Europe. Added to what Uhuru built. Odhiambo is always saying when we go with him to Kisumu, when we take the route that is going to Kakamega, he's laughing. Odhiambo is laughing and saying, look at what Uhuru gave us. As if Uhuru gave us money from Brookside. He did not give us money from Brookside.
It's your money.
It is our money. And that is the mentality that when we go to government, then we'll be given those roads for free. That is the problem. So I think the Luos have to realize that this thing is in their hands. Raila has left them complete orphans. I don't think we should have a fight of who rules Nyanza. And every time people at Luos are telling me that we need to find our own leader, I don't agree with that.
Because you understand it's not about personality.
Yes.
It's about ideology.
But now they're looking at those.
Allow me to say this.
Yes.
The Luos must have a leader. That's a fact. The
What
Luos must organize themselves behind a leader. That's a fact.
What does that mean?
I will tell you what it means.
Tell me.
And it's okay also to have multiple leaders.
Okay. Which is good. That I agree.
Yes, and we can respect each other in that sense. For example, I said here and I've said before that this Raymond Omolo was a nondescript in the eyes of Azimio. In fact, our radar could not even pick him. Because nobody would ever imagine a Lake Basin Development Authority CEO or MD will mean anything to President Ruto. We didn't know. But then, now he's the one who is opening every door for Luos. Everywhere. Development that has happened.
Raymond Omolo.
Of course. Development that has happened in Nyanza largely today.
But Jadiel, don't you find that absolute nonsense?
Let me just finish.
That Raymond Omolo is the one that is opening doors. Why is he opening doors?
For specific individuals, I think.
But the question I'm asking you. No. Diambo, before you finish, I'm going to say one thing before you finish.
Okay.
Jadiel, you are being taxed, no?
Yeah.
When you go to the supermarket, you see a tax that others have been levied on you. Yes, when you go to a club, you see on beer, you've been taxed. All these monies, they come to the basket that is called the Kenyan basket.
Yes.
Okay. Now we need this money to be trickling down to every part of this country. But Odhiambo believes that if a Luo is president, then that is good for Nyanza.
They forget it's about the person who's going to be appointed. What Odhiambo, I believe he will finish. It means he's opening doors for maybe a Jagero to be given a position. Maybe an
No, it doesn't mean that. He means the pious in Homa Bay.
But it does. But that's not true.
He means the pious. He means Kabunde.
But that's not
airport.
true.
He means the roads.
So allow me to say, because you're saying what I didn't say, which is unfortunate. What I was saying is this. This guy called Raymond Omolo, yeah? This guy called Raymond Omolo.
Go ahead. Give us a line.
So, what I was saying is this. For example, there's the possibility of having multiplicity in leadership, and it's fine. And one is Raymond Omolo, the seat that he has. It's a strategic seat. It's a strategic seat because he's the effective deputy president of the state at any one time.
So annoying.
All right? Because he's the one who coordinates for the president his affairs, implementation. It is him. Now, for us as Luos, this is the highest position that we've found in an executive role, where money is actually flowing, where signings can actually be done, where agreements can be made. And it is being seen, Jagger. I don't want you to be naive. I want you to be aware. Rusinga Ring Road. Imeletwa sababu ya nani? We've had ministers, we've had Owalo, we've had Rachel Omamo, we've had, you name them, so many. But it's never been done, bro. Okay? This fellow has made it. You go to Homa Bay. I don't know whether you ever went to Homa Bay before the repair by
yeah, it was dusty.
It was bad. It was bad, not even dusty. It looked like a scene from a horror movie. That this was some place where there used to be some shipping activity that died ages ago. It's a forgotten place. Then what does this guy do? He builds the pier. Okay, number 2, builds the fish market, because our mothers walikuwa nauza fish in very dirty environment.
Is it Raymond or is it Ruto who wants to woo the Luo people?
Whichever, let him finish.
I'm saying the person,
let him finish, because
the person who's opened for us the door in Ruto's government. It is Ray. It is not Owalo. Owalo was giving us beans and rice.
So which door?
The door that goes to resources, Jagero.
But you see, this is the problem I'm having with Odhiambo. Because listen, brother. Listen. When Uhuru was president, Uhuru was cutting all the resources to Mount Kenya. All right? When Moi was president, he was cutting all these resources to anybody that was wagging their tail for him. All right? And that was a bad president. If we are collecting money as a country, we should not get development simply because we have somebody in government that cares about us. Because if you go to Homa Bay, they are paying taxes. If you go to Kisumu, they are paying taxes. If you go to Migori, they are paying taxes. We do not need an Omolo to take development to Nyanza. Okay. We need the government to take the development to Nyanza.
Agreed, Jagero. You need.
So what Uhuru did was wrong.
Just a minute.
Look, Uhuru took hundreds of kilometers to Mount Kenya, to villages and ponds and places where people don't go. Yes. It is wrong.
Just a minute, Jagero. You've said something that I want to hold you on. You've said that every Kenyan who is a taxpayer deserves development.
Yes.
Since 1963, Luos have been paying taxes or not?
They have.
Why haven't they had development since 1963?
Because Uhuru was taking it to Mount Kenya.
Uhuru was not the president since 1963.
Yes, but we have Uhurus. Uhuru is what?
Is a figure to represent.
Yes. It's a representation of that persecution of the Luo people.
Jadiel should keep quiet on this one. In fact, you sit out on this one.
I am observing because
you sit out on this one.
You know why it's important?
Let me deal with Jagero.
Because I understand Jagero.
Yes,
you don't understand.
You have been given 12 billion every financial year.
Yes.
Where is it?
Yes, where is it?
Jadiel, the truth.
Can we first hold the leaders that you have elected accountable?
The truth is
Can we start from there?
Jadiel, on this one, I'm begging you to sit out.
But I'm Nairobi and I'm not even from Nairobi.
I'll repeat.
I'm not from where.
Or I dig in.
He's ostracizing you.
Or I dig in.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Should I dig in why I'm telling you to sit out?
Yes.
Thank you. Jadiel, sit out on this because of number one. Where do you come from? Your county, Murang'a. How many Nairobi today, River Road, ni wakina nani? Kikuyus who are operating in River Road, ni wakina nani?
Wakikuyu.
Wewe sema ni wakina nani? Don't scatter around it. It is Murang'a. It is Murang'a. The billionaires who are in this Nairobi, a huge percentage of them more Africans. Ni wakina nani? You speak. Don't be afraid. From where?
It's Kikuyus. I don't know from where. I'm telling you.
You don't be afraid.
You want me not afraid.
They're Murang'a billionaires.
How would I know?
I can tell you today. 90% of Kikuyu billionaires in Nairobi are Murang'a people.
Okay.
What's your point?
What is your point?
I'm saying you sit out because your people, your Murang'a people, have disproportionately dispossessed the rest of us in this country of our rights to live and do business as we should be doing.
How?
The road from Nairobi where tumekaa hapa mpaka Murang'a kwenyu ni dual. Mimi niende kwetu nachukua 7 hours. Sababu ni barabara konde namna hii na kuna potholes. Our mothers and sisters are dying. How many times do you hear of accidents from here to Murang'a? How many times? You sit out.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you sit
why
out.
are you failing to take
Let me deal with Jagero.
No, I'm just asking.
No.
12 billion
you sit
since
out on this one.
Since 2013.
Odhiambo is trying to crucify you for no reason.
Gachagua brought the same issue about Northeastern, and at least the people of Northeastern
accepted,
came and said, and now it is true.
Yes,
we have been given money.
Jagero, I want you to stop the naivety. We've been here for too long for you to still scatter around this naive point of argument. Politics is the authoritative allocation of resources.
No,
it is. It is
that is the Kenyan Kenyan definition of
no, it's academic definition of politics. Google.
It's
authoritative allocation of resources.
But resources have been allocated.
Yes, no. Nani, Jadiel. Jadiel, you sit out.
Yes,
that resources have been allocated.
Nani, Jagero.
It is for it's not for building roads.
Jagero, yes. I will say this. Okay. I told you yesterday. We're not talking about leadership here. If it was a Kikuyu who was in the ministry of Nini Sakos penye Oparanya nakaa, you will see them nakutana yeye Nairobi leo anauza peremende kwa base namna hii kwa gari hapo wewe Jagera, I'm talking to you, look here.
Yes.
Anatembea na sweets kwa nini kwa besen.
Okay.
Ana hawk peremende
kwa besen.
Kwa besen wanatembea hapo nini hapo Machakos bus station. Peremende you come there after 2 weeks or 1 month, you won't find them. Ukiuliza yule Jadiel amendaga wapi? Ati siku hizi yako na matatu pale. You go to a Luo who is a professor. Hakuna kitu. Why are Luos not having it? Why are Luos not having it? Why are Calais not suffering in the streets of Nairobi? Why is it that these Kikuyus, you can't find them suffering much in the streets of Nairobi like us? So this is why I'm asking him to sit out. Is because they have benefited disproportionately. Sit out.
Nobody has refused.
These guys, they live 10 years longer than everybody else in this country. You guys, 10 years longer. Today it's only Nyeri, Murang'a, wapi, Kiambu. Ndio watu wanamkaa kama wamekufa. Because wako na shida ya moyo, mafuta wamekula mzuri.
Jiga zinatolewa wapi? You know, sometimes we forget when leaders have power and they have money, we tend to say, no, it's the Kikuyus. Mimi sahi, nani amenilipia fare? Is it Uhuru?
But it's the Kikuyus who have money.
Amenilipia fare? Is my fuel down because of Uhuru?
Yes.
You know the conversation about, this is the political class.
Yes.
The legacy politics of
legacy politics.
Taking us away from accountability.
Exactly.
Because Akina Orengo and Akina Gladys are his friends, and I have to say this. You are taking away responsibility from these governors.
Exactly.
How many Kikuyus live in Mukuru kwa Jenga?
Many.
How
Today, you go and look at those Kikuyus who live in Mukuru kwa Jenga. Ask them for their bank accounts. Look at them in another 2-10 years.
Come on.
You come and tell me. You come and tell me.
I'm happy to sit there.
You sit out.
Because
no.
Running away.
Let me tell you.
My point is this.
Okay.
Politics is the authoritative allocation of resources. I want to read for you. This guy is taking us for fools. Okay? And allow me a minute. I want to read for you. Today nataka kuweka sawa ili ujue hii kitu.
Hiyo kitu umesoma sana.
Bado wewe ngoja.
Hiyo kitu umesoma sana. Hiyo kitu amesoma sana.
Wewe ngoja.
Hiyo kitu nasoma amesoma sana.
Watu wa internet hawajasoma na kusoma.
I understand where you're coming from.
The Coffee Sherry Advance Revolving Fund, CCARF, has achieved a major milestone with total disbursements surpassing 10 billion shillings as of late 2025. This is the distribution. Nyeri County has received 1.39 billion. Okay? Hii ni pesa unapewa tu in advance. Wewe fanya tu farming. Loan ndio hiyo. Okay? Nyeri 1.3, Kiambu 1.1, Kirinyaga 1 billion, Machakos 900 million imeshaanza kurudi. Kericho hata waangalie 732, Muranga 714, Embu 635, Bungoma huko sijui 600 million. What am I saying, Jagero? Watu wakipotaonga hizi pesa, hizi coffee advance sharing, wewe unajua. Within months at they've defaulted. Kidogo loan imerushwa nje. Ati hizo loans zimefutiliwa. Do you think Luos are not farming? Luos are lazy.
You know, this conversation is drifting away from the point.
It is not drifting away.
Because the point is,
don't be afraid. When we talk
about Kiharu,
don't be afraid.
Yes. And you talk about Ndindinyoro,
yes,
and you talk about other MPs in other regions, and we saw the schedule, the allocation of CDF.
Yes,
we saw. You know, there's some who are getting some millions extra, maybe from Mount Kenya. But you ask yourself, where is the millions that the MPs from other sides are given? Where are they taking it?
You see,
and that is where Odhiambo doesn't know.
Mr. Can I also speak? Because you've spoken.
You've talked too much. You don't even want to allow me to speak and finish my line of thought. You're always attacking me with this guy, and I'm saying the truth, and the people know, and we all know.
Can I add salt to injury?
You're going to add salt to injury. Jadiel.
Yes.
Sisi kwetu, wacha nenze Seme, kwa kina Nyang' Nyong'o. Kuna mali naitwa Eastothan Village in Seme. In 2017, when we built a hospital there, and sank for them a borehole, a woman came crying that, hey, thank you so much. You know,
can you ask him how long Nyong'o was the MP there?
Jagiro, stop interfering.
Can you ask him?
He doesn't want.
Stop interfering. I'm speaking.
Good. Go ahead.
Tangu niolewe mimi Eastothan, nilikuwa naenda kuchota maji kwa lake asubuhi.
Okay.
Kabla watu hawajakunya kwa lake. Ndio nikuje nifanye mmetusaidia sana. Hospitali kama kulikuwa na issue hapa.
Which year is this?
This 2017, under our devolution, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to point at something. Okay? And it was fine. So we did for them something there. If you come to Kisumu or Kabondo, where I come from, women are still going to fetch water with pails. Go to Nyeri, ask, mnachota maji wapi hapa kwa nini? Kwa river. Which river? River what? Hapa tuko na maji kwa taps kwa nyumba.
You have belabored that point.
I will repeat until it sinks into your head, because you're not getting it.
No.
Now, let me tell you, Jagir, this is what I'm saying, that our people need to speak in one language and speak in an organized manner.
Okay.
These guys, I mean offense to them, they're so organized. All these things I'm talking about is not in hate. I'm saying these guys are so organized that they know that politics is the allocation of what? Of resources. Authoritative allocation of resources.
Okay.
Na wanajipanga wanachukua mkopo, women enterprise fund, youth enterprise fund. Hakuna mtu amekataza watu kuchukua, but wao wanasiasa wao wako mbele. Hii kofi naongea.
Umesema nini?
Wanasiasa wao wako mbele. Mbele sana. Ukiangalia Ndindi Nyoro amejenga. Nilienda huko Murang'a kwenyu. Nilipita huko kwa nani? Huko kwa this guy called who? The governor. Kiambu, kuja Kiambu. Leo Kiambu, it has over 13 level 4 hospitals built from ground up. Okay?
I was at Birioni Hospital.
Yeah, wanasiasa wao wako tayari na wanafanya, they are very organized. They know bwana, these things are about just empty politicking. Let's organize ourselves. But sisi wetu wajaluo tukikaa in a rally or in a funeral, instead of talking about issues.
I agree with Odhiambo.
That's what I was talking about. I'm sorry, I was diverting.
Devolution.
Yeah.
Wametengeneza hospitali.
Now,
he's not talking about that.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
He's not talking about.
No.
He's talking about two things. He's talking about two things.
There could be two, but I'm saying
you are talking about two things, Odhiambo.
Even at the base level.
And be honest to yourself.
Even at the base value.
You cannot talk about two things and claim that you're talking about one thing.
Jagero, be a good listener. Even at the base value, let's talk about devolution independently. I'm saying huyu jamaa anaitwa, walikuwa na Nyoro, walikuwa na huyu ICT minister saizi anaitwa nani? What's his name? The guy with the kipara. Kabogo. Wamekuwa na huyu jamaa wa saizi. They are organized. They're building their stuff. They are focusing towards the people. Their issues are not about politicking. You never see your governor in Muranga. What is his name? Obarua. You never see him gallivanting the world, talking about 2-term or 1-term. He's busy. He even went to the radio the other day, Nation.
You've started talking about another point.
He was asked.
Which is a shame, really.
It's not a shame. You want me to fight. I'm not fighting. I'm progressive.
No, but can you allow me to talk?
You're talking. Apple, these guys, I'm saying they're organized. They know that tier 1, tumepewa devolution kidogo, tutumie vizuri. Sawa? Na wanaitumia vizuri. Sisi, tumepewa devolution, tunaangalia nani atakuiba zaidi. Sawa? Tier 2, wale MPs wako juu. They have colleges. Like huko nilipita mahali Nyoro built something in that college. Huyu nani pia governor akajenga kitu kwa hiyo ni polytechnic somewhere. I remember. Mabarabara yao very smooth. But wakwetu wakipata chance kukaa na president, what are they doing? Talking about Jagiru tunaenda kumchapa Kisumu. Odhiambo tutamtandika. Nani tutamlainisha. Now that's what I'm telling you. On tier 2, which is Ray. Anything you can point normally today that is lively, that has been in the media, stadium expansion, roads that is there. Talk about the pyre. Talk about what? It is the national government. So on that front, Ray has helped. That's what I was saying. And it's true that Ray can help, and also Wanga and Nyongo do their thing, and Orengo do their thing. We can have duplicity of what? Of leaders, or multiplicity of leaders, and we all coexist. What is this that is happening in Luanza? NH Litmanade. Everybody just wants to protect their own thing. Their own thing. At mimi hapa kutokea mpaka hapa ni territory yangu. Territory Meru. Territory mimi iko kanye. Kuanzia mpaka hapa ni kwangu. Wewe usikuje hapa nitakupiga. The same lawyers that now we are ostracizing in the name of Sifuna and his team, and even Orengo, who is helping us stabilize, are the same ones who have been our support base, Jagero. So I want you to hear that we can exist in multiplicity. And we must exit this scarcity mentality. And Luo leaders have a lot of scarcity mentality.
Can I speak now?
Speak. I've finished.
Odhiambo is talking about 2 separate issues. Number 1 that Odhiambo is talking about is what is it that the Luo leaders are doing with the money that they've been given. We start with the MPs that are given KCDF. And you've given parallels to what Ndini Nyoro is doing. We have Wamatangi, who is the governor of Kiambu. And there's amazing things he has done as a governor of Kiambu. All right? We are talking about MPs, we are talking about MCS and all those other people that are elected and have got resources to spend. That is issue number 1. But Odhiambo is putting those issues together. So issue number 2 is the national government and what the national government does to every part of this country. When Ray goes to Homa Bay, he's not going as a governor. He's not taking resources there as a Anyang' Nyong'o, or the money that has been given to Anyang' Nyong'o. He's not taking the Kabunde airport that he has built as the governor of Siaya, Orengo. He's not using Orengo's money. He's using the national government's money. Now, when Uhuru was building all the roads, and Kenyatta was building all the roads, and Moi was building all those roads that he was building in Kalenjin land, he was not doing that as an MP. He was doing that as the president. Because now we have 15%. That is supposed to go to counties. Then we have the rest of the money, that is 85% that remains here. Now what Ray is using is the 85%. Okay? So we go back to the issue that Odhiambo was prosecuting. Odhiambo is saying that when Uhuru was president, he developed Mount Kenya at the expense of other places around the country. Is that right? No.
It is true.
Yeah, is that right?
It is true at the expense.
Yes.
It is true.
Yes.
The question is,
you show me a Luo who is owning a bank. You show me.
You are parroting the whole time. Why don't you let me?
I will interject if you are saying something that is not right.
What is right? What is wrong that I'm saying?
You are saying that Uhuru did not develop Mount Kenya at the expense of the rest of the.
No, I said the same. I said the same.
He's asking, is it right for Uhuru to
do that?
Okay, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
So the question I'm asking is, was it right for Uhuru to develop Mount Kenya at the expense of
No,
Nyanza?
it was not right.
It was not right.
Exactly.
Okay? So the other question that Gachagua was asking Ruto, that mbona unapeleka kile kitu ujaluoni, was he right to ask that question? Yes. So what I am telling Odhiambo, that, and we are talking about Kenya going to Singapore. You cannot go to the Singapore and Kenya cannot be a Singapore when a Kalenjin president is only taking resources to Kalenjin. When a Kikuyu president is only taking resources to Mount Kenya. When a Luya president is only taking things to Mount Elgon. We cannot go as Singapore. And that is what I'm telling Odhiambo, is that we cannot accept that when you are a president from a certain region, then you only take development to that region.
That is idealism. That is idealism.
No,
it is Jagero.
The fact that
it is idealism.
I believe.
It is desirous.
I believe.
It is desirous of you.
Odhiambo, I believe that you have a good country. You have a developed country by starting to do the right thing.
Let's look at something here.
When you start doing the right thing, you start developing a country. But you have given up.
Refurbishment of Kisumu Port, 3 billion in 2019.
You have given up.
3.6 billion in Nakuru Kisumu Railway in that is Uhuru's time. New ultramodern Kisumu Railway Station, Kikomi. MV Uhuru refurbished at 50 million. MV Uhuru 2 construction undergoing 659 million in Ahero interchange linking. When it comes to energy, 16 billion. This is Uhuru's time. 300,000 capacity Jomo Kenyatta International Airport Stadium at 380.7 million. When you look at roads in Nyanza, there is the Kodiaga Wagai Road at 1.6 billion. This is water and sanitation in Nyanza, 2.4 billion Game Yala water project. So this only Uhuru did only in central Kenya. What is it about when you look at all those developments? As much as it's not as big as what he did in Mount Kenya, and I will not refute, there's this general perception that Uhuru only did something for Mount Kenya region. But I also want to address what Odhiambo is saying. Odhiambo is being pragmatic. He's being realistic. And it is true. It is unfortunate that we are having this situation where leaders are taking developments to their places. It ought not to be
and
that
should
way.
we be encouraging that is the way forward?
And that is why...
Should we be encouraging that is the way forward?
I want to conclude in this by saying, this is why Odhiambo believes that we should have patane mbele. We give governors money, but we also have people, leaders in government. It is not how it should be. But when you look at the current crop of leaders that we have in this country, whoever comes into power, they will still do what Uhuru, what Ruto, what Moi and the first Uhuru did. They will still take development.
And we shouldn't speak about it.
We should, and we should focus, tell Kenyans to vote for someone who doesn't think like the current crop of politicians we have.
Odhiambo, anything you want to add?
I want people to call and lecture you thoroughly. Lecture you thoroughly.
That is your hope.
Mimi umenishinda.
That is your lecture you thoroughly.
Let me put it. All right, there we go. 0104341733. Guys, it's your time to call and lecture Jagero thoroughly. If you don't lecture Jagero, nakukatia simu.
There's a comment that is here.
Yes.
Jagero asked Jadel whether it is true Central Kenya is privileged because of the proximity to power.
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
But
that's not what I want.
What I'm saying is we need to go beyond that.
Hello, good evening, how are you?
Hello. Good evening, Odhiambo.
Jambo, chapa Jagero.
Salimia Jagero.
Nimesalimika brother. Utanitetea ukiwa pande gani?
Nakutetea wewe Odhiambo wa Kakamega. Salimia Jadiel.
Nimesalimika sana my brother.
So Odhiambo, we must admit kitu Jagero anasema ni ukweli. Let me tell you that before we castigate the president William Samoei Ruto kwamba hajafanya kazi, let us audit our county government. Let us see Kisumu anda Nyong'o hiyo 10 billion amepewa, amefanya nao nini for the last 10 years? I can tell you for sure. If you go to Kisumu, and I can tell you, ukienda hiyo Rabuor Nyang'ande all the way to Ndoro, it's pathetic. Kuna time maji lijaa hapo, na kitu ilikuwa that is way back in 2024. Na kitu ilikuwa inahitajika tu ni dike all the way from Mombasa going all the way to Ndoro, going all the way down, ndio maji ya lake ilikuwa overflow ikirudi kwa villages. What Nyong'o stood and said was that okonyal golo jikumoda kegirao.
Are you going to translate that, sir?
No, you cannot remove people where they have stayed with the hippopotamus. So, what is Uchila Yako doing with around 9 billion in Migori? What has Orengo done with around 10 billion in Siaya? Can you go to a Siaya and find an hospital with medicine?
Look, my brother Odhiambo, it is true. I agree with you absolutely. It is true.
Your friend Gladys Wanga is just masquerading, moving up and down, just chanting, "Tutam, we are in broad-based government." What is she doing with the resources she has allocated?
Build an office. Why? She's built a very big office. Have you seen it?
She has a very big office. Helping who? The other day, she was saying that Babu wants the governor of Nairobi, and all the people in Homa Bay County or in Nairobi or Luos cannot fit into Babu's house and feed. Are people in Homa Bay feeding at Wanga's place?
And that's why I'm saying.
Do people in Homa Bay can fit and feed at Wanga's place?
And that's why I'm saying that it is true that we can have multiple leaders. Let us stop the scarcity mentality. Don't you agree?
Let us stop there.
Let us have multiple leaders. Let Babu ashikilie Nairobi, Wanga ashikilie huko mahali anataka, Omola ashikilie huko. Kila mtu, like, let's not have scarcity mentality.
That is all right, but let us also be accountable with the little that we've been given first to our people before we castigate the president and say, Ruto has not done. You, with the 10 billion you are being given every year, can you be accountable and say, right now I have developed a scholarship program whereby every year students who get a plane in my county, I take them to study in Massachusetts in US. Do we have a program like that in Nyanza? Boyard airlifting program where we took bright students across Kenya. Can these governors, the Luanza governor, create a fund whereby we can go per county, per village, per ward and see that how many students have graduated with master's degree, how many students have diploma, how many students, and we develop them the skills whereby if we cannot employ them here, we can find opportunities in Germany. Germany are now needing nurses. We have nurses needed in Zurich.
Like Kaleza doing, I agree with you.
Yeah, like Kaleza, I have my friends. I told you there are friends in Sydney, in Melbourne. If you go there, they are purely challenging. They are purely what are our Luo governors doing? They are just heckling. Orengo is just walking the other side heckling. Osila yako sijuchi okay, he's heckling on the other side. We have your friend Gladys Wanga just masquerading and talking to Millie Madonna saying that
Thank you very much, Mr. Odis. Thank you very much. We have to get another call. But before that, Odhiambo,
yes.
I want to ask you,
ask
what does Chelubioke
like whatever. Hello, good evening, how are you?
Good evening, Odhiambo.
Jambo, Sema.
How are you?
I'm amazing. Jagero is not doing me well today.
My name is Caleb John.
Yes. James.
I am from Oyugis. Though at the moment I'm in Nairobi.
You're from? Sorry?
I'm from Oyugis.
Oh, you're my brother.
But currently where are you?
I'm in Nairobi. Okay. I stay in Nairobi.
Right.
But for the past, I was home something like 2 months ago. I was amazed with what the government has done to us. I was amazed. Because for the past government, for sure, what Odhiambo is saying is true. We have been discriminated for quite some time. And again, in matters of work, because I have an uncle of mine who did P1. And he's turning 44 this year. For the first time last year, he was employed.
Yeah, at 44.
At 44.
Hey,
not even him alone. I also have a friend of mine who's coming from I think Homa Bay or Siaya. He also shared with me the same thing that I hear. The sister is 37 and she did P1, but the government of Ruto employed her last year.
At 51?
No, not 51, 37. At
37, yes.
Yes. And when I was talking to my grandmother, my grandmother was very happy with what the government did to that cousin of mine is called Juma. What the government did to Juma, because now the society has changed. Even his homestead has changed totally. So the truth of the matter is that what this government has done to us as Luos, he has ensured that the discrimination that was given to us by the past government, he is now trying to maybe equalize us with other regimes, other people.
All right.
Thank you.
When I come, hello?
Thank you. Let me go to the next caller.
Yeah, thank you very much. We hear you. Thank you very much. We have to go to the next caller. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, hi, how are you?
Oh, the first female caller of political headache.
Interesting. And the voice is so clear. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Kiambu County.
Very good.
For me, I think Luo Nation is really failing because we've always looked up to one leader who is Raila. Currently, we are more or less leaderless. And I don't think Raila is the only person who would have been able to push development across the Western region. We have also sidelined ourselves. Like you realize there's all this narrative about this is not a Luo, this is a Kuria. So we are very ethnic, and that doesn't really put us in a development kind of space.
Yeah.
So the Central Kenya, they have really they have very many leaders across different places, and it's like running an organization. You cannot be the CEO and everything in the organization. That way, you run scarcity, because at the end of the day, you can't be the thinker always.
Right.
And people, like you realize, the Kalenjin community, they have they're good in athletics, and you can see how much they invest in it, how much they talk about it. Kikuis on the other side, living in Kiambu County, you can see very many coffee farms.
Yeah.
That is something they have really invested in. Luos, we have the lake, but what are we doing with the lake? There's hyacinth, there's all these things. What are we doing with it? We are not even, talking about fish farming. There's nothing we are doing about it. All we did was celebrate Raila. All we do is wait for maandamano. We go, mpaka tunaitwanga watu wa maandamano. So at the end of the day, we are always in the wrong basket, at the wrong time, at the wrong place, doing the wrong things, which at the end of the day doesn't help us as a community.
What do you think about the fight that was at the funeral today? I don't know whether you saw what we were discussing. What do you think about, because it appears that now the leadership in Nyanza is really suffering, and nobody's coming out and say, look, you guys chill down, let's go this direction. What do you think about what they should do going forward?
It is very derogative, and it is very shameful. Why would you? It's a funeral, for crying out loud. People are in a somber mood. People are mourning. Why would you go and bring political differences in such a place? Just know how to act when and where. If you want a political rally, do a political rally. In a funeral, people are mourning. Go there, mourn, bury the dead, and walk away. We are really disgracing ourselves, because yes, I understand that we are very loud and bold and outspoken, but how we go about it is very wrong. You will never see Kikuyus in a funeral behaving in a way that is less than mourning.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate your call. Allow us. Thank you very much. Let's go to the other call.
Hello, this is JDL.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name, sir?
I'm Tony.
From where?
From Eldoret.
What do you think about the conversation we're having today? The Luos are not privileged as the Kikuyus.
Yeah, Okay, the Luos, like right now, I don't know what is happening to them. But if you look at that fight, look at that fight of today. You know what is happening with our community?
Yeah.
According to me, I can say, let them fight.
Oh, they continue.
Yeah, let them fight. Let them fight and let the bull, the one who has the horns, to beat the other, so that we can know the bull.
Yeah?
That is the only thing that we can say. Because look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
The Kales and the Kikuyus, they are privileged. They have things. They are talking about athletics. I've listened to that lady saying how that the Kales have invested in athletics. In my entire life, I've been to Kaleland, and they are investing. The Kikuyus are investing in their farms. We Luos, we have a lot of things there. What we know is to go to Mandamano and to be called what to Mandamano. So let them fight. But what I can say to our leaders,
yes,
you know, there is a guy who talked first, and he talked about what the leaders are doing about they are given money and we don't see what that money is doing. There's my friend who is calling and saying how his friend has gotten a job at 40 years. So if you go to school and you get a job at 40 years, you have 20 years to work. And so I don't know if
but for
that
him,
job
saying
will
at
really
least
help
for the
you.
first time he's seeing something. For him, he's saying at least without Ruto angepata hiyo.
So if Ruto has given one person a job, that is the problem with our community. You know, we are the youth down there. When I go home down there, they even beg for 50 bob. You give them 50 bob, and they will just follow you around, and they will do whatever you want. So if those leaders can empower our people,
yeah,
the way Kali are empowering their people,
yeah,
and the way the Kikuyus are empowering their people, if you come to Kaleland, me kibinafsi, I'm an architect and I do mjengo.
Oh.
You cannot find the Kales doing mjengo. We go and transport those guys from Loyaland and Luoland to come and work.
Oh my God!
The job
in
here.
Kalenjin land.
Listen to that, Jagero.
Yeah, that.
You cannot get them. With them, they are busy with their farms and they are busy with athletics, and they invest in those things.
Let's hear from another caller.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful contribution. But before we hear from another caller of the Ambo,
hello.
So this you've already.
Somebody's already.
All right, go ahead. How are you doing?
Hello, hi, good evening. My name is Anthony.
Your name is Anthony. Calling us from where?
Calling from Kapsabet, Nandi County.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of lawyers and Luos there working in your farms?
Yeah, currently I'm a Luo. I'm a Luo born and raised in Eldoret.
Oh, very good.
The funniest thing I'm hearing from people, they are saying that Nandi people or simply the Kikuyu people are privileged. Where I am currently, they are busy saying they wish they would have been in opposition so that they can get development. Come to the ground, you'll see it. Okay. There's no development. It's just praise and worship. The issue that's happening in the Luo land, or simply our people, it's something called pride. As Luos, we have ego. From our leaders down to us, there's something called ego. One day, Raila told the governors, if the governors won't be able to bring development to the people, nobody's coming to save us. We need infrastructure in Nyanza. We need so many things, but the bottom line is we have them. The issue, we have them, but for us, we are the soft copy people. We want the blue collar jobs. We don't want to make our hands dirty. That is the problem in Nyanza.
All right.
So you'll find people who are busy here and there trying to follow the leaders for handouts, like today, what the bishop was saying. It's simple. Whether you are 2-term, you are 1-term, or no term, what is happening today? The leaders are not listening to us.
All right. Thank you very much. We have a lot of people waiting on the call. I think your point is home. Thank you very much. Let's go to other callers and hear what they have to say. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, good evening. Where are you calling us from? What's your name, sir?
My name is Victor. I'm calling you from here, Kilimani. Karibu tuna studio yenu.
Here in Kilimani.
Yeah.
Do you have water in Kilimani? I hear there is a problem with the water in Kilimani.
There's a lot of water in Kilimani.
okay, fair enough. Tell us, what do you think?
So, what I think, first of all, I think the problem with Luos is three things.
Okay.
My grandfather used to tell me that ngamaja Luo, ngamaja Nyego, ngamongeyo, ngamakia.
Okay, translate. Yeah? Translate to English that our audience gets it.
Odhiambo will translate.
Lakini nakusikia tu kizungu yako iko sawa. See, you translate, brother. The words are yours.
So, ngeyo is knowing. A Luo person is somebody who knows it all.
Who knows it all?
But still, a Luo person is somebody who doesn't know.
Okay.
Yeah? For example, I was in the village recently. And there's this person I normally talk to. Hawa tu vijana wa mtaa.
Yes.
And he told me, bwana ni kia siasa.
Yeah. You don't know politics, he said.
Yes. And I asked him, how don't I know politics? And he was like, because you're talking about one term so much, yeah? And I was telling him,
you're a one-termer?
No, I was just trying to explain to him why one term is also like a necessity for us to talk about it in terms of our Luo politics.
Okay.
You understand? Because you can't just be talking two term because Oburu came to Siaya, gave Boda people 500 and you went back, drank changa and you were okay. Yeah? So, I heard you guys also talking about Uhuru never did so much for Nyanza. So, let's talk about Kisumu, for example.
Okay.
One of the entrances to Kisumu, for example, Londiani to Muhoroni. That road is Uhuru who made it, right? The bypass in Kisumu, it's Uhuru who made it. Odhiambo from Kisumu boys that dual carriage all the way to this place. What is it called?
To the mountain all the way to Vihiga.
No. That one also Uhuru is the one who made it. There's this one from Kisumu.
But I don't understand. This is the problem that I'm having. Because what do you mean Uhuru made it? This is the problem. Isn't it just our Kenyan taxes? Why do we have to say Uhuru made this road?
What happens is, I heard you guys talking about like Ruto is taking development in Nyanza.
Yes.
Right? Those are developments that it's Uhuru took them to Nyanza. You understand? Even this Miwani road
and we should be thankful to him?
We are not supposed to be thankful. It's our right. I'm just responding.
And so if it is your right, then why is Uhuru's name relevant?
It's relevant because you guys were talking about Odhiambo. Odhiambo was talking about Uhuru took, actually it was you, Jagir, who was saying that Uhuru took all the development to Central, which is not true. Let me tell you what happens with
in finishing, government. Because we have to take other callers. In finishing, please.
In finishing is our people in Luo Nyanza don't take the policies that government bring in seriously.
Okay.
You understand? Kikuyus take these things so serious. And then the other factor that you have to consider is their proximity to the capital city, which holds, they normally say Nairobi holds 40% of the Kenyan GDP.
Okay.
So the reason why even you find ODM controlling Nairobi politics is because these people come, they work and go back
to
Murang'a.
All right, Mister. Thank you very much. We have to take another call because there are so many people on the line. Thank you very much. We have another call. Yeah.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello?
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Germany.
From Beverly Hills?
From Germany.
From
Germany, okay. You're
which city in Germany?
In Passau. This is about 200 kilometers from Munich.
Very nice. What do you, Diambo, you're the one who's speaking.
Just go ahead.
Yes. What do you have to say about this issue?
This issue, I think it is more of people are being, what can I say? They are being diverted from the issues which they are supposed to be asking from the government.
Okay.
Yeah, because school and health-wise, there is no money, but for politics, there is a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's working for Ruto. Because people are forgetting the problems, what they are actually supposed to see. But now, because of this sloganeering of 1 term, 2 term, it's diverting people's attention.
Okay.
The real problems that Kenyans are facing.
All right.
And after the elections is when they will realize that Ruto has played on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a problem with the presidency of William Ruto?
Yes.
Okay. What were your issues with President Ruto and his government? Odhiambo is saying that he's helping all the Luos under the face of the earth.
But that's not my statement.
He's so cunning. He's so cunning.
The way she says cunning.
Yeah.
So cunning.
He's so cunning.
Instead of just,
he's like a snake, so cunning.
Yeah. Instead of just doing his job,
okay,
he's trying to play like he wants to get rich.
Okay.
He's got his finger everywhere.
He's got his finger everywhere.
Building houses. Yeah, he's building houses. He's with the hospitals, and he's everywhere.
But that is the work of the president. He's supposed to be everywhere and all sectors of the economy.
He's winning a lot. People can't
believe it. But he has CSs and civil servants.
You mean he's micromanaging the country? He needs to let the other officers do their job?
Yeah.
But darling, let me ask you, you don't have a problem with him working, right?
I don't have a problem with him working.
And you're admitting that he's actually working.
He's running a whole country.
Yeah.
Like it's his own business.
But that's what a president should do, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I disagree.
No.
Look, thank you very much. We have got a lot of callers that are calling, and I think that your message is very clear to the people of the internet and the people of Kenya and everybody around the world. So thank you very much for taking your time to call us, and bye for now.
To play like he wants.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Are you? Yeah. What's your name?
My name is Alex Muya.
Oh yeah, good. So where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Nairobi.
Perfect. What is your opinion about the subject matter of the day, which is Luo leaders fighting each other tooth and nail?
Now, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they are fighting, they're not fighting for us, they're fighting for themselves.
They're fighting for themselves and their tumbos, right?
Exactly. And I was brought up in Luland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Kamba guy.
You're a what?
A Kamba.
Oh, you're a Kamba who was brought up in Luoland.
Yes, and I want you to vote.
Very good.
Very good. Huh? Let me ask you, bro.
Yes.
So you've lived in Kambaland in Luoland.
Exactly.
So what is the stark difference that you see in Kamba politicians or leaders against the Luo leaders there?
So with the Kamba politicians, they are timid.
They are timid, fearful.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the Kamba people.
Mm-hmm. And how does timidity help? I'm of the opinion that timidity is not good in leadership.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
And that's why we are suffering with problems like water. We are still fighting with the Somalis.
Mm-hmm.
And that timidity, it shows itself even in our leaders. Look, for example, the most prominent Kamba leader is Kalonzo Musyoka, and you go back to the Nivo Amwendas, and all of them. There's no Kamba leader who has come up to be so bold, apart from this governor of Mukwini and his father.
So the abrasiveness of the Luo leaders is good. Their fighting is good, in short.
Yeah, their fighting is good.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're fighting for themselves. And if I look at Luland,
they're fighting themselves.
Yeah, they're fighting for themselves and they're fighting themselves.
Okay,
All right, bro,
thank you very much for that, for your opinion. We love it. Thank you very much.
Nguvu, mko na power, lakini unapigana nyi wenyewe.
Yes. Jambo. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Jambo. What do you think about leaders fighting each other?
What is his name and where is he calling us
what's your
from?
name, by the way?
Where are you calling us from?
My name is Mark. I'm calling you from Kisumu.
Okay.
Mark.
What happened today? What happened today? One is so wrong.
Okay.
It's extremely. I mean, it's so bad that we've gotten to the extent where funerals have been reduced to battlefields to politicians. But then again, let's be objective for a minute. It's such conversations that most of us are not probably ready to have. I mean, the debate today has been fiery. Odhiambo was spot on so many things. Jagero, you are sweating down there, and we are just trying to tell you that for a minute.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Jagero, you are really fidgeting. You're fidgeting. Odhiambo is injecting.
No, but how wrong am I? Because
you're sweating down there.
I feel like Odhiambo, when he was starting this call, he said that if you do not support him, he's going to disconnect the call. Is that your fear?
No. A friend of mine, there's no doubt. But then again,
thank you.
What I'm simply saying then, let's get back to the topic as it says. Nyanza region for the longest time has been so disenfranchised. Let us not lie about that.
All right.
But then again, I think most of our people also have gotten to an extent where we don't really understand. After that, there's no direction.
Okay.
But what he was simply saying that as a community, we must have a leader. We must be able to understand which way, where are we heading as a community. Okay. And in most cases, you realize that most of these things that are happening, the goonism, all this, the psychopathy, the rhetoric that are being spread around, all of these things are happening because there is no direction whatsoever. All right. But then the leaders who are supposed to be responsible in trying to tell us this is the direction to take, or this is how we're supposed to communicate, or this is how we're supposed to. They're the same people who are actually doing things for themselves. They're busy negotiating to do what people are sloganeering on two-term. It's so shambolic.
Are you a two-termer?
I'm not a two-termer, I'm neither one-termer. I'm simply saying that as a community, it is saying that this time we need to get our issues right.
Okay.
We need to be objective. Let us talk about substance issues. Let us go away from these ideas of
what you want to see in this country?
To an extent, I agree with you when you say that the president has a mandate to distribute resources equitably and equally throughout the entire country. That is okay. But then again, as a region, it is also true that for the longest time, the regimes that have been there in the past have disenfranchised in so many ways because we've always been seen as an opposition bloc or something. I don't know.
So how does President Ruto change how that has happened, or does he continue with what his predecessors were doing?
Whether he continues with what he's doing or what he's doing or not, let him. He's a president. Let him do what he's always been doing. Okay, but then. As a region, I think we need to be more. We need to position ourselves differently. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We have to go to another caller now. Jeriel.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Hello. Hi. How are you? Hello. Hi. How are you?
I think we need to be more. We need to position ourselves.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your good name, sir?
Oh, my name is Calvin Sokombo.
This is Jadiel on Political Headache.
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear, though I joined a bit late.
Okay. It's okay. Our conversation is about Luo and Kikuyu privilege.
I get the battle that we have in Nyanza currently. Is something that is normal when transition takes place. Such things have to happen because for the longest time we have been with Raila, who has been giving direction, despite the fact that there have been dissenting opinions. But he has always stood out to make sure that he corrects things on time. Now, currently, what is happening is that we don't have an individual who everybody trusts across board.
Okay.
And that is the reason. So if every politician from Nyanza is trying to pull it towards their direction. So we are feeling that with time, and I saw, like for example, what Ruth Odinga said today.
Yes.
They are trying to bring things together to make sure that we unite.
Do you think that will be possible anytime soon? The unity of Luo people maybe under ODM?
There is no option. If that unity is not there, then we are going to be in shambles. We will not have a strong ODM.
Will this be
the truth?
Will this be what will bring development in the Luo Nyanza?
No, first I'm talking about how Kenyan politics are done.
Okay.
Then about development. Development is something that every Kenyan has a right to. Because we are all taxpayers.
Yeah.
The only thing that is happening is that the nature of our politics has been that when you are pro the government, at least you get some influence.
Okay.
But now that we think and the current, when you see the past 5 years, there's a lot of sensitization, a lot of people coming up and saying what they want and trying to push and say that a taxpayer should be treated as any other Kenyan. And this is the narrative that we want to push, even with the new leadership. The tribal leadership is there. We can't dispute that. But with that, we still want to make sure that there's accountability for every leader. When we have a president who is a Luo, we would not expect development to go to Luo. Recently, in fact, today you had the people from Bomet complaining that Ruto is developing other areas.
You're saying the people of Bomet are saying?
They were complaining that Ruto is not taking development to their place. You see, so we are looking forward to a country where you don't have to be a Kalenjin to get development.
For sure.
As long as you pay tax and the policies are made and there is clear oversight, then we have equal or equity in terms of distribution of resources in the national.
Thank you very much. Let's listen to one more person. Hello, hi, how are you?
Yeah, hi.
This is Jadiel at Political Headache.
Yes, this is Humphrey.
What's your take about the power, ego, betrayal, Luo leaders at war, confusion?
In fact, I want to support Brian. Odhiambo. Odhiambo started very well.
Yes.
Imagine, I want you to pedal back to when we were young, and then you were in your home state. Your parents used to treat, or our grandparents used to treat those parents who are perceived to have come from a better or organized household much better.
Right.
So look at how Ruto treats these communities. Luos, there's a guy who said very well that we are not united. So as a result, what happens? We are called one by one, we are turned against each other, and then at the end of the day, what happens? We are not united. But look at Mount Kenya. If those people are called even to into the state house, what happens? The kind of money they're given, you can't compare with what is being given in Nyanza. So at the end of the day...
But don't you think even the mountain is not united? There are those in government, there are those who are outside. Just like the Luo people, there is Mbadi, there is the minister for, energy who are in government, and there are others who are not. So don't you think it's just the same?
Let's put it in terms of experience, okay? For how long has Luo been in power, for example? So let's start from 1963.
Okay.
It has been dominated by two communities. Those are the Kikuyus and the Kalenjin. These people have coherently inherited the system. These people know how power works. Okay?
Yeah.
For us, we have been in opposition. We know how opposition works. When you want to organize Mandamano, you call us. We'll do it very well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to tabia ya meza, ile manners ya kukula, there's a problem kidogo.
So unasema mnaweza kwa serikali na mjui kupata resource. You can be in government but don't know how to get resources from government.
Yes, because you think at the end of the day is your salary, not knowing, and that's why sometimes even Ruto has to tell these people, use your head.
Okay.
Because you're given that position
and you see, bro, that's exactly my point.
Promote your people.
And you see, that's exactly my point. That it has come to a level.
Then let me give you another example.
Use your head.
Look at the PS. Look at the PS wa interior, the previous one. Ule alikuwa anaitwa nani? Look at how that guy employed teachers in his backyard. When other people are in, I don't know, 2010, 2012, yeye ameandika up to 20, the latest year, before the next election, 2019, 2020. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me read a few messages. Frank Vanyele Kitu. So read a few messages. So one, there's jamaa anasema, hey, nimepiga mpaka nikachoka. Aitwa nani?
Nimechoka.
I think it's also called a Brian. Nimepiga mpaka nimechoka. Anyway, the wars in battles is a battle of superiority. Hiyo kushangilia wanasiasa inakuanga ishara ya kukua na ground. About Luos and Kikuyus, it's our leaders who must be held accountable. We can say that before devolution, the sitting president would have considered certain regions, but now after devolution, money is equally distributed into our counties. But it's our leaders who are messing us up. It's just misplaced priorities. Let me read another message. There are so many because most of them were not able to go through the call. So I'll just read their messages. I think that I already read. Let me go to this. Luos fighting each other is a miracle to President Ruto. That is Evangelist Waweru saying. Then we have this little guy. I missed that. I want to get to read all the messages which have been sent here. Luo leaders are behaving like lower primary kids. Imagine Ojenda is a professor. That's Wasonga Ronald.
He's a professor in what, by the way?
Professor in law.
Senior counsel now.
He's the best in conveyancing in the world.
What is conveyancing?
Conveyancing is land law. Jagero should know that politics is not religious. He should not compare Kenya to developed countries. Yeah, well, it has gotten lost. Yeah. Developed countries. In Kenya, resources are allocated in a skewed manner, depending on who is in charge. It is true that Raymond Omolo has done a lot to the Luo compared to other Luo leaders who are in government, like Wandai, or who were in government before. Tuju only took development. Tuju only took development.
What is he saying about Wandai?
He's not doing much. Tuju only took development to Rarieda when he was MP, and nothing in any part of Luo during his time as a CS without portfolio.
He was a CS without a portfolio. Without a portfolio, what do you do?
And under Uhuru Kenyatta.
What do you do with a portfolio without a portfolio?
You just do what you can do. And then this gentleman is Andrew from Kajiado. He says, Ojode only secured employment to the people. These calls are interfering. Ojode only secured employment to the people of Ndiwa just in the same manner the MPs from ruling parties did before. This is the reason why all political guns are aiming on Omolo's head by the likes of non-performing Wanga. Omolo will obviously be rewarded by Luos for what he is doing to them. It's obvious he's Ruto's man in charge of Luo political organization towards the 2027 general elections. Luo politicians
do you believe that Luos will appreciate him by voting him?
Very bipolar community. Luo politicians are just so corrupt. The one hanging on to Ruto are there to save themselves. This is according to who? I didn't get the name. Alex Muya. Then reading the next, somebody just sent it here. To understand the problem, you also have to look back into history. Kidonda haiponywi by kufunikwa na nguo. That is where I stand, Jagiro. Hatuwezi ponya kidonda kwa kufunika na nguo. Hiyo tutafanyaje? Itaoza.
Yeah.
All right? We have to expose
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Expose the wound to sun. It will dry up. If you cover it,
the things you are telling Jadiel.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you wanted him to sit out.
Of course, privileged people. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You even look at his skin and you look at mine. Marongak. This is very fine.
To
understand the problem, you also have to look back into history. Kidonda iponyu by kufunikwa na nguo. The Luos have suffered historical injustices that has instilled trauma through generations. It should be dealt with uttermost care, or else itakuwa a never-ending hole. Speaking as a Kalenjin, so I hope the opinion is neutral, Jagero. Politics is like a church. This is Solace. This is Okanda from Port Victoria. Politics is like a church. You have worshippers and priests. Lawyers and Luo leaders are worshippers. Kikuyus and Kalenjins are the barons of the church who collect all the tithe. Western and Nyanza will receive prayers. When the rest will...
You can now go with the Lord.
Yeah, you can now go with the Lord.
You can now go with the Lord.
Powerful discussions today with Diambo. You absolutely spot on in many issues. Tell Jagero to climb down from the ideal world. Junior Omondi, my friend, is saying Raila hangover is worse than vodka, whiskey, and changa ya Uganda combined. Junior Omondi was my classmate in university. Thank you so much, Junior. Then, Bwana Mskini mecall hadi next time pick up. Luos fighting in funeral is just absurdity. What I know, Rengo loves his chaos. Linda Ground minions are doing because that's where he loves it most. Then, in politics, if you can't see who's being used, chances are that you're the one. Ruto is using all Luo politicians around him against themselves. That's the same thing he did to Mount Kenya used you to split you. That's crisping. And then we have what's happening in Luo Nation is very normal. That's what is to lead intellectual minds. Even Raila had to thoroughly Keno Ele go to lead us. Omodi Kisera says, oh my God, Luo leaders should just fight politically, but ensure they bring development to Nyanza. All in all, we will vote for those who have delivered.
Yeah.
Right. Let me get another message because this one student. Oh, that is Isaac from Mumbai, India.
Mumbai, India.
Yeah. Tell Jagero that Luo's protecting Baba and Jaramogi is not what have gotten us here. What we saw today is just Luo's trying to find a common ground of political hope, and Orengo and Babu represent us. Now that Raila is not there for the Luo community, politicians don't have cover. They are running helter-skelter. Which are the messages that I don't really... All right, that I think from yesterday. Okay, those are from yesterday. We can pick one more call.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the call that is coming through shortly.
You
can also read from. We're about to just end. You can also read from the Nini there. There's somebody who has called for long. Let me try and get him.
Yeah.
Because I have.
Martha never calls, but she's always here.
Yeah.
Martha, we need to hear your voice. You can't just be chatting the whole time, but we can't hear your voice. It's important that us hear your voice.
Politics takes a lot of
Jambo.
Okay. Yeah, and I think it's working for Ruto. Those people
That's delayed reflex. America anatusikiza na anasikiza. That becomes difficult. Hello. Jambo.
Jambo, this is Yogo.
This is Njogu.
Yogo.
This is Yogo Carol, yes.
Yogo Carol.
Yes, Yogo Carol. I was there last...
we remember your voice very well. Yeah, ulikimbizwa sana na Odhiambo.
Yes. I've heard you guys talking and I'm like, Jagero, you are right. The Luos will continue to blame the national government if they fail to sort out their mess at the counties. You can see we have county governments who cannot account for what they are being given. If we count on people like Orengo to tell the president what we want, yet with him, the money has been given, he's not able to tell people what he has done. We'll still be blaming national government with 85% of what they're supposed to bring to us. So, to me, my point is that the fact that our governors are unable to account for the billions of money they are receiving.
Right.
Go and see the roads we have in those counties, and we have budgets for roads, for county roads. They cannot tell you what they are doing. Go and check on water. If there's no accountability, then you expect this person to go tell the president that this is what Luo people want. Go check, right? I can give you an example in Murang'a. See, Irungu Kangata was a senator like Orengo.
Yeah.
They have both become governors. Go see what Irungu Kangata has done in Murang'a.
Imagine, I've seen, it's beautiful.
Compare with what Orengo has done in Siaya. Then you send the two to the State House to go bring development to their counties. Whom do you think will articulate issues which really impact the people?
Yeah.
So to me, I'm seeing two people. I'm seeing Irungu Kangata building Murang'a quietly, and I'm seeing Orengo busy with the party politics, national politics, which don't build Luo people. So as long as Luo people still count on politicians like Orengo to present their views, to represent them at the national level, we will continue to have the same complaint I am seeing Odhiambo putting there and blaming Kikuyus.
Thank you very
being
much.
Rich.
Thank you very much.
That's my 2 cents.
Thank you very much. Thank you. There's a fan who has called for long. Lois Baraza. Let me try to see if this Lois.
Lois Baraza.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Jambo.
Jambo.
Sema. Jina unatoka wapi?
I'm John Opondo.
John Opondo, from where?
Yes, the Duke of Ugenya Masiro.
Tutoe kwa loudspeaker tafadhali ili tukusikie vizuri.
Nasema I'm called John Opondo.
Remove us from the loudspeaker so we get you clearly.
Are you able to get me?
Hello.
Hello, Odhiambo.
Jambo.
Wacha leo mimi nifunge, nilifungua na nafunga.
Usifunge sema tu kuna mtu bado.
Let me say that. I want to tell you something very hypothetical, but it's so deep. Huh? Let me tell you, who is a Luo? A Luo is somebody like your uncle can have a very senior position in a place, and you have the same papers he's looking for, and he will never get you that job.
Okay.
Now that is a Luo.
Thank you.
I honestly disagree with that kind of generalization of a Luo.
He's saying
I don't think all Luos move like that.
That is his thinking of a Luo.
Yeah, but I should be able to talk about it. I don't think it's entirely correct to say that a Luo will do that to you. They are very good Luos.
Junior.
Yes.
Hey, you are online, Sema.
Oh, thank you very much, Odhiambo.
Yes.
First of all, I would like to first make my contribution in relation to the Luo issue now. First, I strongly condemn the action of the political class, particularly by hiring those actors. Then, to heckle. They are the leaders, you know.
Yeah.
But me, I think, just as I said in the message, the problem we have is that we are still just in the Raila hangover. And that's where the problem is. So it's upon the Luo community to come out of the Raila hangover and then chart their own course. Because, you see, democracy is based upon the conviction that even the people themselves can decide on how they want things done. But I think our leadership are not listening to what the common man have. And I think then the leadership also need to look on people around them, particularly the transactional advisors or brokers who surround them.
Yes.
Because that's where the problem is. So they need to get a comfortable stool, let them sit down there, reflect on the people around them, and what is the way forward for the Luos.
Do you think, Junior, let me ask you, do you think that Luo leaders need to sit in a conclave and fight themselves inside there and come out to us with an answer of which direction they are taking us to as a community and as a full, like something that is agreeable?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right.
Because if you look at, just listen to Bishop Charles Ongenjo today.
Okay.
He really, I think he talked on behalf of so many Luos in that funeral. But you see, the leadership did take that lightly, and that's where the problem is now. So and in politics, some defeats are more triumphant than victories. You can look at in the case of Gachagua is a good one. Gachagua is impeachment. So Linda Ground now are stuck. They can't move.
Yeah.
And in the same case, if you look at Dr. Ruto's game plan, he's using the same game plan that he used in Central to penetrate Nyanza. And then our leaders are not very keen on what he's doing. So you find that the Kenya Kwanza axis wants to entice the Nyanza region, but you see their leader, particularly the president, is worried about some leaders, particularly those who have spent, some leaders, politicians have gone to prison, just like Paul Joseph and John. We have Akinorengo and Anyan. So you see those ones. And that's where the problem is.
Thank you. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for your contribution. And it's nice hearing from you. I hope Nyakachi is safe.
No, we have gold there.
You have gold in Nyakachi. Kwa kina Jagiru.
Yeah.
Erokamano. All right. Yeah, so...
+25.
Yeah. Okay, let me try and pick that.
Can you call Odoyo because he wanted to speak?
You wanted to speak? Okay, I'm calling him shortly.
You can call him on.
Hello.
Yes. Name and where are you calling us from? Let me look for Odoyo.
Oh, I am calling you from Texas. Me, Night on Sando.
Sando. Nice
In
to hear
finishing,
in finishing. Sasa inakuwa hivi. So we all pay taxes so that we can get equal share of whatever we collect.
Okay.
That's how it should be.
Okay.
Lakini sasa kwa sababu of how the constitution and the governance is structured, we cannot have that. Unasikia, the president anatakana kugawanya hiyo mali equally to every national, to every county, but nationally. So lakini anatakana pia akwe oversighted by the wabunge. Lakini unajua shida, hao wabunge wamewekwa mfukoni
na nani?
Because nitakwambia chimbuko la hiyo. So mwenye anawapeanga hata security si ni Inspector General.
Yes.
Au mabodyguard.
Yes.
Mwenye anapeana kwa wabunge ni Inspector General. So na Inspector General anakuwa appointed by the president. You get?
Yeah.
So mtu akifanya ile Raila anasema mwe ananyang'anya. Nasikia
mwe ndani.
Sasa wanaogopa hata hawawezi ku oversight. Number 2, wanapeonga pesa, wananuliwa. So hatuwezi kuwa na yani hatukuangi na equity of the disbursement of the fund.
All right.
Number 2, just because Raymond Omolo is from Luo, does not mean all the Luos are going to get
your development.
Maendeleo. Yes. That's
Asante
not
sana.
how it should be.
Asante sana. Thank you so much.
One thing in finishing.
In finishing for true.
We should hold the governors accountable. They should tell us what they have done with the billions that they have been given over the last years.
Yeah.
Asante.
We should just tone them, if you ask me. Thank you. Right. Let me call Odoyo.
Yeah, see if he's gonna pick.
Yeah, let me call him. I've already told him that I'm calling him. Let me see if he'll pick. Yeah, we can see it's engaging nicely. We listen to the people and what the people want. I'm calling Chairman Odoyo, hoping that he picks his call, so that he can make his contribution.
I think people are agreeing with both sides.
Yeah.
Both people want accountability.
Hey, Chairman. Hello?
Yes.
Chairman, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right. We are talking about the war in Nyanza, especially today at the funeral of Baba Nyikal.
Maybe it is important that you tell him that he's live.
And you're live, yes. And you're live. What would you want to say about it?
There is something that we call in politics the scramble for the Luo. The Luo is now the community and the voting bloc that people are scrambling for. But that's notwithstanding, the Luo politicians also are scrambling for themselves for them to take leadership of that community.
Okay.
But for the Luo, my advice for them is not to interfere. Let them fight until they learn to respect each other.
Okay.
Don't separate them. Let those who want to fight, those who want to hire mercenaries from across the border, those who want to use the Luo goons, let them fight until they learn to respect each other. Then they will know the price of peace. Then they will know it is better you fight for peace. It is better you use the democracy that we spilled blood for. That is what I can tell them for now.
Okay, thank you. But I want to ask him a question though.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question. What is really the does the Luo nation need to have a leader today that represents all of them?
They have never even had one before that represents all of them.
So? I think Raila was the Onera tree where every Luo was squatting. What do you mean?
Raila Odinga was the leader of the majority of Luos.
Okay.
But there are many who did not care about him. There are many who he did not even like. He did not even want to be their leader. So let's just accept that certain times there are leaders that are liked by the majority of their community. Even Uhuru Kenyatta, you remember there was a time he was supposedly the Mount Kenya kingpin.
Okay.
But there are many people who do not listen to him. Similarly, all other leaders from different communities.
Okay. I have a question to you, Chairman. Is it? I was telling Jagero that I think we can have multiple leaders in Luo, especially post Raila, and we work hand in hand with each other. Like Omolo doing what he's doing, Oburu doing what he's doing, Wanga doing what she's doing, everybody, Orengo doing what he's doing, and everybody just exists. And so long as the people get something, what do you think?
You know, there is something that is inbuilt in the Luo that made them migrate from one area to another, until colonialization stopped them. And this is jealousy. And selfishness.
Jealousy is what made Luos migrate.
Yes. They were jealous of even their own brothers.
Okay.
And they also have this problem of besides jealousy, they also have the problem of what do we call it?
You can say it in Luo, we'll translate.
That is not the issue. There is jealousy, and there is also selfishness.
Okay.
So you find Luo has been elected a governor.
Okay.
He still wants to control who gets elected as the MPs for all the constituencies in the county.
Okay.
He still wants to control who gets elected MCAs.
Okay.
He still wants those who seem to be influential in the county to be fired so that he remains the only king. If it is a lady, she remains the only queen. Nobody can be heard. Nobody can have influence over the people. That is the biggest problem why people are fighting. In any case, majority of those people you see fighting within Luoland, they already have leadership positions, but they still want the ones others have also to be removed. That is the biggest problem. Yes.
Okay. So what is the way? So the way forward is for them to fight and come out with some understanding amongst themselves.
No, let them fight until they begin to respect each other. We want to see them coming out of that fighting battle. Some holding scratches, some having their slings on their hands, some having bandages on their heads.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Doyo. Thank you very much. We take the last caller.
Yeah, let's take the last caller.
Hey, these people are many, eh?
There's so many. So many.
Hello.
Go ahead. How are you doing? Where are you calling us from? And what's your name, sir?
I'm good. I'm calling you from Kitui.
You're calling us from Kitui. What do you think about Mada ya Leo?
So, Mada ya Leo is there is no Luo leaders at war, Kitui leaders at war, or wherever leaders at war. So, it's just Kenyan versus bad governance. Now, with the exit of Raila Odinga, we are seeing that, wait a minute, Raila was shielding these politicians away from accountability.
Okay.
And, if you look deep into this, the G2G government...
When you say that Raila was shielding them from accountability, what does that mean?
They were being spent direct tickets to vie for governorship, MP.
Okay.
And that's not a secret. Now that Raila is not there, everybody is trying to catch a straw, trying to survive. And, this thing is just beyond Raila Odinga, beyond the tribal politics. No, when Kalonzo Amakamba, but when Kalonzo exits the politics of Kenya, the same thing will happen to Kambas.
Yeah.
And when Ruto exits from politics, the same thing will happen to Kalenjin. And until then, Kenya will always have this politics for tribal here and there, dually convincing people, Kalonzo convincing people, and small tribal people. But if you look at what Sifunga, Babu Wino, though there are integrity issues about Babu Wino, but man, he's doing something good. We go to Mutula Kilonzo, and then here in Nairobi, there's no one really else that is advancing the leadership role, the accountability role, and someone who is promising a better future. So all these things that is happening in Luland, magete gimanyol genoto to gimajo jatelo to jatelo
you are speaking in tongues, and that is a cue for us to say thank you very much. It has been amazing. Odhiambo, I think that we can stop it here because we still have 800 people.
The last one.
The last one.
The very last one.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, missed him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Okay. Crispin.
Yes.
Aya, sema.
This call is coming from the great county of Siaya.
Yes, from the great county of Siaya.
You are calling from the royal county of Siaya,
where Orengo is.
Go ahead,
I'm very
sir.
disappointed today with my leaders. That is very unfortunate to have come from someone at the caliber of a professor. It is very wrong, very shameful, very unfortunate. And especially in the setting from where it happened, there is a family that was bereaving. So for someone to have sat somewhere and planned to come with goons to a family that is bereaving, surely that is very unfortunate. That is one. Secondly, Odhiambo alluded to something earlier that there is some development that's happening in Nyanza, courtesy of Raymond, his office. I don't think his office has a resource allocation, so maybe that is not as true. But we are supposed to be holding our leaders to account. The governors themselves have billions allocated. So when the president steps in with the resources from the national government, what are the governors doing with the resources that they have allocated?
Okay.
You go to a county like Kiambu, Kimani, Wamatangi has built over 520 ECTs. I don't know what my governor from there has done, but already you can see process that the governor is using that have been decentralized. That was the essence of devolution. If we are still clamoring for resources that are at the national government, yet we have resources that have been devolved and we are not questioning about them, then we are still missing the point.
All right, thank you. Yeah, all right. Yes, Sema.
Oh,
I want us to finish. Yes, gentlemen?
You took another call?
Yes, the last one now. They're calling me in my inbox.
All right. Go ahead, sir. How are you doing? Where are you calling us from? And what is your opinion for today's topic?
Thank you, Jagero and Odhiambo. I'm from Nairobi, but coming from Siaya County.
Okay. How is Orengo doing in Siaya, brother?
Orengo is doing badly, actually. But just to come to what you're saying,
okay.
I feel what is happening in Nyanza is the best thing that has happened in Nyanza for a very long time. Because we've never had this kind of tussles within. When we have tussles within politicians, now we expose them because we are able to know who is doing what the people want and who is hanging on the parties, for example, ODM in this case, to continue with the agenda that Raila had before. So I think if these guys can continue fighting against each other, because so long as the people are not fighting against each other, it is okay. But if politicians are fighting against each other, it is the best thing. In fact, me today when I was watching, I was even happy because so long as the people are not fighting against each other, I'm okay. But the politicians need to fight and then sit down and then say, well, right now we now need to work for the people. But going forward, we need to understand that Luo Nyanza has been behind for a very long time. And this is now a wake-up call to our politicians and also to the people of the Luo Nyanza to wake up and elect leaders not because of their bravado, but because of what they are able to do for the people. Lastly, that particular barrier has exposed us. In fact, even the bishop talked about a very pertinent issue, that why have we forgotten so easily that the other time The person we were talking against, who was not pro Luos, is now the person. Now we are now saying, you know what? We are now in broad base. We are now. If we are to support Ruto, then let us do it out of conscious mind. But let it not be because some few individuals have sat somewhere and because they are eating, they are now able to bring for us the broad-based agenda. Let it be because of the agenda that the government is doing for us, but not because some few individuals have sat somewhere. Otherwise, thank you. I'm a very fan. Mimi ni Ajuoga, niko hapa Nairobi.
Ajuoga means that you're a doctor, right?
Okay, this guy has called since we started.
Okay.
So let me just say, tell Jagger what you wanted to say.
Yes. Thank you, Diambo. I want to tell Jagger one thing he's been running away with ever since. First, Jagger has been saying that
tutowe kwa loudspeaker. Ukiwa kwa loudspeaker inaita echo. Tutowe kwa loudspeaker.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was saying that Raila Odinga has been the one who has been bulldozing Nyanza region for a very long time.
Yes.
Where I come from Uganda, yes? My MP is an ODM, is an MDGNP.
Yes,
I've won twice and I've faced the ODM machinery 2 consecutive times. In 2019 by election and also in 2022 when everybody was in ODM and everybody thought that it was the wrong running against Raila Odinga's ODM. Due to the fact that at that particular time, everybody knew that Raila was going to be the president. Now, what I want to tell Jagero is that, I usually come from Nyanza, and one thing I've come to realize, that place is usually very democratic. What used to make people up was, in your last podcast you talked about it, and you told Jagero that when you went to Kisumu, all of you knew that Ranguma was going to be, you had gathered with your people and you knew that today you are going to humiliate Nyong'o and his pro-people, and today they know that Ranguma is the one who ground have chosen. But now here comes Raila who now says, these are my people, now and unaenda nao mbele. And you find even those people that you are agreeing with that, hapa Ugenya tunataka maendeleo na tutaki mtu mwenye ODM imetuletea. You find people now telling you that baba ashasema sisi ni kufuata. Do you blame Raila for that, or do you blame just the sacrifice of the voters?
All right.
On the today's issue, like for example, if you see the fight in ODM, like we have the Linda Ground and Linda Mwananchi. One thing that we must understand going forward is that Luos have been fighting ever since 1969. So you find the software that we have in our head is usually fighting. But now the twist now comes here. Fighting for what? Because all those years we've been fighting for a cause.
All right, thank you.
The cause we've been fighting for is cause for meritocracy.
Thank you so much. We now have to.
Are you getting me?
Yeah, we have to end the show.
We don't need to praise worship president for us to get development.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, Jagero.
Yeah, I think that in finishing, I want to respond to him that he's reminiscing over what you said, that you had organized everybody against Raila Odinga, and they were supposed to boo or tell Raila that, look, we are going to chart our own path. But what most people do not understand about this situation is that when you have been captured psychologically, it's very difficult, because anytime we are saying, okay, who is the adult in the room?
Yeah.
When we compare Raila and the voters, when we compare Orengo and the voters, when we compare Wanga in Amabe and the voters, and Atandi in Lego Song and the voters, who is the bigger person in the room? Who understands? Because when there is a rally, kids come all the way to 16 years of age. So the question is, who is the bigger person in the room?
Yeah.
And I think that ultimately the responsibility is bestowed upon the person that claims to be a leader and the person that claims to be charting the route to where we are going. But I think it has been one of the most beautiful podcasts that we have had. And people of the internet, one of the things that we want to do in this podcast is just to gather here and speak the truth. And I'm so happy that Odhiambo can sit here and poke into the eyes of a Kikuyu, and the Kikuyu can turn around and poke into their eyes. And I think the beautiful thing about this thing that we are speaking, because when we are talking about, there is something in the 10-point agenda. What is it called? The Ndungu report, or is it, which report is it? It's not
Naduko report.
Yeah, the Naduko report. It's talking about the injustices and all those things. You know, when I was young and I was growing up in the village, we were told that if you're going to shake a Kikuyu's hand, you can go ahead and shake it, but once you've withdrawn, you must count your fingers.
One will be gone. One will be gone.
You see, and those that is the kind of division that we've had.
Yeah.
But there is a context to all those things.
Yeah.
There is a place where all those things are coming from. And so I think as Kenyans, we just need to have this conversation properly without fearing that somebody is going to call us a tribalist. But at the end of the day, we are putting all our cards on the table and saying, okay, this is my bitterness. Because when I was coming to Nairobi in 2004, I was looking at Kikuyu and saying that these are monsters. These are people that we shouldn't associate with.
Yeah.
But then when I got into college, I realized that I found out that one of my best friend was a Kikuyu called Njenga Hakina. He is the man who is the only one who had a phone in school. When my mother died, the villagers were looking for where they can send the message of my mother's passing, and the only place they could send that message was on Njenga's phone. You see. And when finally I was writing my book, and I wanted somebody to sponsor it. As a matter of fact, if you go back to my college, I was not able to afford school fees. The school fees was paid by La Kalenjin. By the way, when I was coming to Sumu, nilikuwa napiga kifua nikisema my relatives are in Nairobi. My Luo relatives are in Nairobi. I remember walking from Landimawe all the way to
railways.
Yes, railways all the way to Strathmore College looking for one of my aunties. I went to her office. It was larger than life. And I came out of that place without a single cent. I had to walk again from Strathmore all the way to St. Mary's, where my other uncle was working. And I met him at the gate. And when I met my uncle at the gate, the guy looked at me and thought, what hole is this guy coming from? And I remember he was in the same shirt that Odhiambo is wearing.
Linen, expensive.
Yes.
Like that, yeah.
And there was money in his pocket. And he got out 100 shillings new and gave it to me. I was suffering so much. My legs were swollen. And I wanted to go to the hospital and I did not have money. So I walk back with 100 shillings to the CBD, to a doctor who is not a Luo again. The guy looks at me and laughs. Because I get the what is it called? The lady at the entrance, the secretary. And before you see the doctor, you have to pay 600. And I remember telling the lady, I don't have 600, I only have the 100 shillings. And I caused commotion with the secretary. And the doctor came out and said, what's going on? He said, the secretary says he has only 100 shillings and he wants to see you. And the guy looks at me and says, come on in. You see? And the guy tells me, look, young man, you shouldn't be having sex with women in Nairobi. Nairobi is a bad place. Because he looked at my legs and nilikuwa nimefura and he thought I had gotten gonorrhea or something. But then this guy goes ahead, and non-Luo goes ahead and treats me and tells me that you have to go and buy this medicine. And I tell him, no, I don't have the money to buy this medicine. You have to get me this medicine. And the guy had to give me more money to go and get the medicine. You see, so those are I think that is the...
Nairobi has not been kind to Jagiri.
Wacha kucheka guk. You see,
these conversations we are having.
Yes. So you see, those are the things that we are talking about. Like, you cannot look at your neighbor and say that this is this person from this. You know, the first person that gave me 85,000 to print my first book was a Kikuyu, and that is Boniface Mwangi. I've said so much about that. So a Kalenjin pays my schools. A Kikuyu gives me a place to stay, and all those things. But then we have helped each other. So we realize that at the end of the day, people of the internet, we are Kenyans, and we have one agenda to make this world and this country happy. You know, so that sometimes you don't just see somebody and say that, look, Jadiel, you are the one who has run away with my money. You are making mnachimba kisima huko, you are making roads and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and the Luo leaders must stop this infighting. They must stop this scarcity mentality. There is enough for all of us.
Yeah,
we have to just agree that order does not mean somebody is more important than you. It only means we are ordering ourselves for the benefit of the community. Vita kidogo and embarrassing ourselves, making ourselves a laughing stock at the national scale.
It's
We
more
can do
about,
better.
To what you are seeking, you know. As a leader, you need to seek praise and honor for your people.
Yeah.
Not humiliation.
Yeah.
And we all have this natural or godly shame that we all possess. And therefore, because we can criticize after you've done, you should ask yourself, before even I do it, how shameful will this be for my people?
Yeah.
And you put it correctly. Happiness is one of the important factors that we need to, you know, bring to our society. Give people financial freedom, give people resources, rather than vita kwa mazishi.
Yeah. And I want to call upon people in Luanza, James Orengo. James Orengo cannot go everywhere saying that he's the party leader. And we know that there is somebody that is there, that is elected in ODM. Oburu Odinga is his brother's friend. He needs to call Oburu Odinga, sit down with Oburu and talk about these things. I think so Nyenza and the Tandi can actually do better. And, you know, sit down with their age mates and talk about this thing. Wanga is a woman that has fought so much to be where she is. When we were being told about her story here, I was moved by how much she has fought. And I think the people of Mabey and the people of Luoland deserve to have that opportunity to fight for themselves. All right? And we have others, you know, people like Anyang Nyong'o. You can't go to newspapers and writing long verbose articles, which is fine for the general public, but write letters and text messages to your brothers. You know, because you, Orengo, you, Nyong'o, you, Oburu Odinga, you are the adults in this room. You know, Millie Odhiambo is always calling these people out, and I think she needs to talk a little bit more. She's a bit cagey. She's walking on eggshells when I see her talk. But she needs to come out properly and talk about this thing. There's a fight between her and Wanga. Get out and talk about it. Call her as a sister and talk about these issues. Because is she not a constituent of Wanga?
Yes, she is, of course.
Yeah. So I think they should be able to take care of these issues. People of the internet, thank you very much. This has been the longest we have ever done. The longest we've done. Yes, the longest. This is the longest.
3 hours and something.
Yeah. So thank you very much. It's always nice to have you in our fireplace. Jadiel.
Thank you.
I can't thank you enough.
I appreciate being
you
here.
have held forth for us. And you've been a very good panelist. Odhiambo, the man that is always here, you know. How do you like him? Terrible human being.
This guy. You wanted me out of this.
No, you said you can sit it out. People of the internet, thank you very much. I want to thank Frank on the deck. I want to thank Obunga that was here but was very sleepy. He had to go away. He was very sleepy, and I think the gentleman was tired, so it's important that he goes and rest. The star of the show is you people of the internet. So until another episode, bye for now. HustlesAfrica.com, a guide to high-paying online jobs. At HustlesAfrica.com, you'll discover the jobs people are doing from home, the platforms where opportunities are found, the skills that open doors, and the practical steps to begin earning. Go to HustlesAfrica.com today.